Allegory is out right now. It's out right now. Allegory is out right now. It's out right now.
Hang, big blunt gang. This is the killer of the N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is Drink Chess motherfucking Yappy Hour. Make some noise! And right now, the brother that we got in the building with us, top tier. When I say elite lyricist, when I say top 5, when I say GOAT, I was surprised he got the GOAT ring on. I was anticipating the GOAT ring. But when it comes to lyricists, when it comes to, staying relevant, standing the test of time, not only looking young, feeling young, and acting young. And out here looking good. You know what I'm saying? Been through different eras, stood the test of time, still here, and he's on the illest press run I've ever seen in his whole career.
Right.
Like a lot of people say that Allen and E1 is cheap. They are showing their ass with his project today because they got him everywhere. I mean, and with the coronavirus, I thought they just shot. This guy's everywhere. I mean, from the morning shows to wherever, and I really appreciate it. I really see in the reinvention. I really see the relevance of what's going on right now. If you don't know who I'm talking about, we're talking about Royce, the motherfucking 5'9". Make sure you're now.
Thank you,
Now,
brother.
this is a phenomenal run I'm seeing you on. Like, besides the album being classic, besides
being
the
a great album, yeah.
being just, great. I'm just, as a media guy, I had to, go on and click and see where you was at everywhere. This is a great run. I think this is probably one of the biggest since I've seen in years. How do you feel about that?
I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good about it. I mean, the important thing for me, man, is just to make sure that I try to stay as in control of the narrative as possible.
Mm.
I just want to make sure that I drive the point home every opportunity that I get. You know what I mean? I make sure that I let everybody know that it's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And, just set good examples. Set good examples, be positive, and just hit as many outlets as possible. You know what I mean? Because I want to show the youngins that it's cool to just be yourself. It's cool to do it without the antics.
Right.
It's cool to just make it about the raps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that LA Leakers freestyle. I'm not gonna lie, that was so disrespectful.
Thank you, man.
It was just like I felt like he was a wrestler. And you was just like, I felt like you Jake the Snake and Brutus the Barber's Beefcake at the same time. And this was just like, you just was showing these young boys, this is how you rap. Like you was just, it wasn't, let me just tell you something. It wasn't much so of what you were saying and how you were saying, and it was the comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? Like so many people when they
Like the comfort level that he had,
level. It was like I can tell you had your the what is it called, a sports jacket? You had a sports jacket on, and you was just like does it come that easy for you after all these years?
It's hard to memorize.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's hard to memorize. I mean, it took a long time. Some of it I wrote on the plane. With LA Leakers, they want you to do like a few takes so they can get different angles.
I ain't going up to LA Leakers.
Yeah, like that.
Those are my friends, but I ain't trying to give them 89 bars. But
yeah, I wrote some of it on the plane.
Okay.
Some of it was just bars I had in my phone, and I just kind of pieced it together and just kept listening to it over and over and over again. I always have a problem. Memorizing.
Yeah, you're killing me with it, and you're
I thought it was out.
But I was just up for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
you just
the last time I did something, I did Flex. Shout out to Flex.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done anything since then.
Right.
So I just really wanted to like.
Do you be tired when people ask you to rhyme? Because now, especially after that, everyone is gonna want to expect that for their show. Like everyone's
Yeah,
gonna be.
I feel bad saying no, man.
Right. Yeah, you
Especially
can't
when
give
it's
everybody
like, especially when it's like
that.
Sway, you know what I'm saying? Like Cosmic Kev, you know what I mean? Like I feel bad
Cosmic
saying
Cat, big up Cosmic Cat, big up Sway.
I
They
feel
want them
bad
balls.
saying no, man, but it's like if it can't be like at least close to a moment, man.
Right.
I don't want to put myself in that position because I know, you know, what I'm capable of doing, and I hate to just do some half-ass shit for somebody,
Right.
you know, that I'm not prepared to do, and I'm always like prepping for so many different things.
Right.
So it's hard to just trust me, man. I did the LA Leakers thing. I took a hit in another area.
Everyone will probably hit you, right?
Because I did a show in Detroit. It's like the Allegory show.
Okay.
And I went up there and
Just name the album.
I forgot to rap to a couple songs when I was up there. It's cool,
You were
though.
so much focused on LA Leakers.
I just didn't have rehearsal days.
Okay.
Right.
So
You know what
now,
I mean?
now something that you made up, like one of the illest hashtags on Instagram is you made up. I don't know if you're aware of this. Is every time a girl, like I just seen N.O.R.E Harvey. They was like, "Hi, N.O.R.E Harvey," and it dates back to "Hi, Rihanna."
Yeah.
Let's take us through that course because why did you feel like you had to say "Hi, Rihanna" 15,000 times? And it for somehow it worked.
Damn, I can't even remember what I was thinking at the time when I wrote that though.
Okay. Oh, you wrote that.
I wrote that. You talking about the
That's for the
cipher?
BT cipher. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
the
we go.
cipher. Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that for that.
Okay.
And I remember
You had the whole award saying "Hi, Rihanna," and then now it's a hashtag.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be catchy. You know, I was just trying to come up with something catchy. You know, same way that we write songs. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to write something that I felt like was for that moment. That was plausible for that moment. You know what I mean?
And Rihanna was hot at that time. She is hot still. She's still hot.
Never gonna
She's
not be
hotter
hot.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just I just
Was that your shot at her? Like you thought she was gonna like DM you or something?
I don't know if I was thinking that. I don't know if I was giving myself that much credit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just I think I was just expressing my love to her.
All right. No, that's ill.
We all love her.
Appreciation,
We
right.
all love her. I mean, I was just speaking for us all. You know what I mean?
No, and now everyone uses that thing.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time, like I guess that's like flirting words. Like they'll say
Yeah.
"Hi, N.O.R.E Harvey," or they'll say "Hi, Amber Rose" or whatever. But it all boils down to you.
Did she ever respond to that at all?
She said hi back on Twitter.
Oh, that's all.
That's such a response.
Hey man, listen, that was good enough for me.
In my mind, even on a date, just because of that. So now, the big thing that's happening right now. You went to the Breakfast Club. You were, I believe, you spoke on T Grizzly, and then T Grizzly responded back. And I gotta be honest, when I heard you speak of it on the Breakfast Club, I 1,000,000% agree with you. When I heard T Grizzly say it, I did understand his point. Then I listened to it a third time, listened to you a third time, listened to him a third time, and I pretty much was a split decision because in order for you to get your point, you had to be in this game for 10, 15 years. So I understand how he can relate that. But then I understand him as well for him saying, which I don't know, and I won't disapprove or anything like that, but he's saying, I got one foot in the and then, so I don't believe you addressed that yet, so I would love to hear that. And I heard you had a conversation with him after that.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
where you're coming from. I think I didn't go in depth about me and Marshall's conversation, so I can
On the
understand.
Breakfast Club, you're saying. Okay.
So I can understand how it can be misconstrued. It's this simple though. Okay. Number one, I'm not like this guy who like behind closed doors determines when and where and how Marshall raps and when he's gonna rap. We were just having a conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so the whole point was to let these guys know that you never know who's watching. And just to be careful not to burn bridges.
Right.
So this is one of the things that I expressed to him when we talked.
This is after he addressed the situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I made a song called Lighters.
Okay.
Right? Okay, it was a song that I had that was on my album. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when me and Marshall did the Bad Meets Evil album, we ended up putting that song on the Bad Meets Evil album. We put Bruno Mars on it. Big hit song. You know, like the biggest song of the year, #1 song of the year. So I tried to use that energy to build Slaughterhouse. So that's how we came up. That's how I came up with a song called My Life for Slaughterhouse, which ended up not being the right song for Slaughterhouse. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the fact that I had a song of that magnitude and wasn't able to build Slaughterhouse, and I also wasn't able to build myself off of that song. And it's only because of the energy, the massive amount of energy that Marshall and Bruno brought to the song.
Right.
So when you're talking about building a brand, which I'm very familiar with, there's a way that that's done. So when I had this conversation with Marshall, it was way in the beginning for T.
Right.
Now, T is the first of his kind from Detroit. He's the first guy who's ever came through the door with no stamp
Right.
from nobody.
Right.
Sean had Kanye, I had Marshall, Obi had Marshall.
Right.
Everybody had something. He's the first of his kind to come with a classic record out of the gate. You know what I'm saying?
On his own.
Wow.
So I don't want to see Marshall jump in, step on that.
Overshadow that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like what I was trying to explain to him, like I would never give my opinion in a way that's gonna hurt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want nothing but the best for you. If I make a decision, it's because me as an OG, I know what's best.
Right.
But that doesn't mean,
In your opinion.
in my opinion,
Right,
it doesn't mean that my opinion is the determining factor.
Right.
It just means that's how I feel.
Right.
But the point that I was making on the Breakfast Club is just to be careful.
Right.
Because I didn't stop the song from happening.
Right.
He stopped the song from happening by dissing Marshall on the album.
Right.
But I also said it's not something that can't be repaired. So accountability is a big part of communication, being able to hold yourself accountable, and it's also a huge part of success. That's what I need my youngins to understand.
In your opinion, what was his discrepancies? What was his problem? That he reached out to M and M didn't reach back, or he wanted to get him on record?
We didn't get into that.
Oh, okay.
We didn't talk. You mean why did he shoot at him on a record?
Yeah.
I don't think it was a particular reason. I think it was more supposed to come off like a friendly jab.
Okay.
Because when I talked to him about it, he was like, I ain't think it was a big deal what I said about him. You know what I'm saying? So we came to this conclusion. If we're in communication more, we don't have a problem.
Right.
Because that way I won't be presumptuous. I won't assume you mean ABC. You won't assume I mean ABC. We'll just always be clear. And that's how we should be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why is it always like that? Why does it seem like we beef with people from our inner cities?
Yeah,
like first,
it's just something we used to doing that.
Right.
Because I can understand why the youngins in the comments, it's like, oh, you hating on T, because they used to niggas hating.
Right, exactly.
They used to the OGs hating. Same thing happened to me. Niggas hating on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I refuse to use my platform and divide up against my youngins.
And what's the difference between beef and then just having friendly competition, like hip hop just battling?
Well, hip hop sometimes don't have.
No, I know, but I
seen a
know
battle
the
rap
answers.
the
But what
other
do you think in this situation that line is crossed?
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think he probably was just looking for something to create some more smoke so he can keep that moment going. He came out the gate with a classic. That's a tough position to be in, man. Especially when you just getting out of jail. You don't really, because the song is so flawless and it's so organic, I don't think he even really knew what he did when he did that song.
Right.
And it resonated with everybody like that. So to have to recreate that same moment, it's tough to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to keep that going, And I think that M's level of success and sometimes my level of success, I think that they sometimes assume that we're just detached in a way where we're not paying them no attention.
Right.
And we're not for them.
Right.
And my thing is, I need to take the steps. I need to take the steps to be able to bridge that gap just to make sure that they understand. Right. Even if it takes for us to come outside of our comfort zone and somehow meet halfway. And I need him to understand that the unity is where the power is at. The power is in the collective.
I heard you say that.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we understood each other after we talked. You know what I'm saying?
And what mile is he from? Is everyone from a mile in Detroit?
No. I think T is from he's from the West Side. I know. I don't know exactly where from because he's so much younger than me.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly. He's a West Sider though.
Okay.
He's a West Sider.
Well, big up T Grizzly.
He a good dude too.
I want all y'all dudes from the D, man, to get along, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we gonna be, man. Listen, man. We gonna be good. All of us are gonna be good.
Right.
Everybody's gonna be good. We're not doing that.
Right.
We're not doing that. I'm not gonna let that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this situation, I feel like I'm ahead of it. I feel like I have enough control over it as the OG. And I've been here before. You know what I mean? Like I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in this space. Because I know how to turn things around and flip them into a positive. I know how it is, what the outcome is on the negative end. We've been there. You know what I'm saying?
And what did you think the first time, like when you seen like him? Because like I believe he on the gram he was like, why would you block me then? Or why would you say no? Like, so what was the first thing that came to your mind?
I was thinking to myself, block you, brother. Block you? But before I could even before my mind could go in any direction, Jalen Rose has already hit me. He's blowing me up.
Well, that's right, because y'all from
Yeah. Jalen Rose has already hit me.
Right.
Like, yo, I need to make sure that you and T Grizzly seeing eye to eye, man. Let me know if I can link y'all. I hit him back like, of course.
Right.
Of course. And we got right on the text thread, and he was like, T was like, I think it may just be a misunderstanding. Right. And I hit him back, absolutely, young brother. Let's just talk. And I asked him, was he gonna be free in an hour? He said, yeah. Called him in an hour, we kicked it. Quick. Yeah, but I had to just let him know, it's love and respect before anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's I talked to a few people in passing about him, and the word on the youngest now is, oh man, they just young, they young stupid, they crazy, they young stupid. I'd never give up on none of them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's just
we were young and stupid.
Yeah, because I was young and stupider probably. Right. You know what I mean? And they young geniuses, man.
Right.
Like T Grizzly did some shit that none of us did.
Right.
None of us. And that needs to be saluted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a win for him is
like
a win for me.
Even M had a cosign.
Even M had a cosign, brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for him to come out the gate like that, out of nowhere, bow, before I even knew who he was, I heard about him through fucking World Star, and I'm from Detroit. Right. You know how amazing that is. So it's like, why would I want to block that?
Now, name is synonymous with Detroit. It's trick. Mm-hmm. Like I always think like anytime there's beef brewing within like Detroit, like that's the guy who steps in. Am I bugging?
Sometimes it depends on what the situation is. Me and Trick, we tight.
Right.
We didn't even speak about this. Right. This didn't even. This came nowhere near that. Wow. No calls got made where it was
it wasn't on that level of beef. Right.
Yeah, in Detroit, it's a little small when you're talking about important people, so like no calls got made. I think he was really challenging the OGs, which he's supposed to do. Right. You know what I mean? Like we don't always do everything right. They got to make sure we on our toes too. And I told him that. I told him, yo, if it's ever something you think I'm not doing, or you think I'm not doing right, you can always call me and challenge me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to me. Make sure that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'll do the same with you. Let's keep pushing each other like that, and let's make this shit great. Let's make the city great. Let's break all the cycles. You know what I mean? Like we did the bickering back and forth on TV for the world to see us look like some fucking buffoons. Wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. Beef this, beef that, beef this. Is no money in that. No money in that. No power in that. No anything in that. It's only one type of person who can monetize that, and that's the powers that be. Yeah. You know what I mean? We'll never be on the same team as them because everything about them is to our detriment. And as long as we continue to divide, we'll always be pawns on that chessboard. Yep. We got to start thinking different. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get them to understand. And we all are work in progress. And I'm gonna continue to just keep doing my part. And I'm gonna keep showing them love the way that I'm supposed to.
God damn, make some noise for that. God damn.
How did that convo with M on your album? Like, how did that skit come about? Him talking about what he was talking about.
You took it back to the old school with the skits, man. And even Jack drink champs on the skits. And then clear what else. Guess what? We don't care. Hip hop. You ain't got to call us for clearance. Don't worry about it. But
that was deep. That was deep. What he was talking about, like, and it was crazy.
Y'all be kicking that shit on here.
No, we got you, brother. But what you were saying?
No, he got M on the skit. Okay. I mean, was that meant to be a skit? Was that a convo y'all recorded for something else? And how did that come about?
We were having a conversation. We talking about a lot of deep things.
Talking about white privilege, talking about hip hop, about being a guest in hip hop, stuff Lord Jamar be talking about. Like,
we talking about everything.
Oh wow.
We talking about everything. I mean, me and M, I ain't spoke to him in a minute, but me and M, we sit on the phone for hours and just talk about different things, how they're affecting us, how they affect our day. You know, perspective is like a big topic of conversation. Perspective, the way that people see things and why we think that people see things a certain way. You know what I mean? So we were just kicking it, and he just talked for like maybe 10, 15 minutes straight. I didn't say a word. He was just going off, not on no like mad shit, but he was just kicking some shit. Like,
on something like, this is gonna be a skit for something?
No, he was just talking.
Okay.
Sometimes you just get the Holy Ghost in the conversation.
Exactly.
And I was just sitting there listening to him. I was just like, wow.
How's it being recorded then?
No. This isn't what you heard. This is only what I heard.
Okay.
So after we got off after we was done talking, I was like, yo, do you think if I sent you a beat, you could say everything that you just said or some derivative of it?
Right.
And he was like, shit, I don't even know what I just said. But he was like, but I could try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I sent him a beat the next day. And he went in and he talked for 12 minutes.
Wow.
He talked for 12 minutes. And I went up to the studio and I listened to it. And of course, he wanted to run it by Paul. That's his partner.
Right.
So he sent it to Paul. Paul just took it. Paul has a way of like hearing things, and he himself edited it down. You know what I mean? Like, we rappers, we babble.
Right.
Paul edited it?
Yeah, Paul edited it.
Okay.
Paul is an attorney, right?
Yeah.
Paul took the fluff out. You know what I mean? Like, he edited out all the fluff and then made it a straight thought. You know what I'm saying? So he probably cut it down to like, what was it, 6 minutes maybe? Yeah, and he cut it down, and that's what you guys heard is what he edited it down to. But there's still 6 minutes of cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah.
That did make it.
Yeah, make some fucking noise. So I got that. Now, the first time you spoke to Pharrell, y'all battled on the phone?
The very first time, yes.
What is this? I need to know what the scene, this setting feels
I wonder
like.
if Pharrell will remember this.
Okay,
I'm sure he will remember this. It was me, Pharrell, Marshall, and there's a group from Ohio called The Clinic. I can't remember how many of them it was, but them niggas was nice.
Okay.
So it was The Clinic, it was Pharrell, it was me, it was Marshall, and everybody was taking turns just rapping.
On the phone.
On the phone.
And
Crazy conference call.
What year was this?
This is still the 90s, because this is before.
This is definitely gonna be the 90s.
This is before he got signed. This is at least 99.
Okay. He meaning who?
So he already had
Marshall.
Okay.
This is before Marshall got signed.
Oh, but before, if it's 99, then that's after Super Dog. That's after what?
So this is before that then. This is before that.
No, then that's 97.
98. This is 98, bro.
Super Dog came out in 98.
Super Dog came out in 98?
Yeah.
98.
Yeah.
Super Dog came out in 98. Yeah, so it got to be 97, yeah.
So it may have been 97.
Or maybe, you know what? It might be the beginning of 98. Because Super Dog came out in June.
Yeah, because this is definitely before that, bro. Okay. I would have known him from you.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Because I was following you.
Okay.
So we didn't know him as...
we didn't know him as Neptune. Yeah. Now it gets even iller. So you don't even know who this is. So
I know he's a producer, but I don't know him. I don't connect him to you yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Rob Walker...
Or Teddy Riley, because he was at work with Teddy Riley, right?
Rob Walker, Eric Rhea, Rob Walker, Eric Rhea, they're working at Quest Records. You remember when Rob worked at Quest?
That's my man, bro.
The A&R is at Quest Records. And he's like, Rob got this, and Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson, my nigga Derek Jackson.
Quest is Quincy Jones' label.
Yes.
For people that don't know.
And Derek Jackson, that's the one who started managing Scott Storch after that?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Tommy Boy Records. Okay,
so
cool.
Derek Jackson, he's talking the most shit.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, nigga. Like, he the one who put The Clinic on the phone. And you know, they all like, yeah, I got my nigga. Well, I got my nigga. So Rob had Pharrell. Eric had me. I had Marshall. I brought him in. And then, Derek Jackson.
Set up a battle on the cover.
When you need one.
Yeah. So we on the phone, and then we all just going. Everybody just going, taking turns going, and while we rapping,
Marshall,
Yeah.
Pharrell,
Yeah.
everyone, and who else is on this one?
The Clinic from Ohio.
And everyone
Shout out
is
to the
taking
Clinic.
turns rapping,
Everybody taking
including
turns
Pharrell.
Including Pharrell.
Holy moly guacamole.
And I remember Pharrell, he reminded me a lot of Nas. I remember thinking he
Wow.
was smooth, super smooth with it.
Yeah.
He just kept rapping about a
believe
Benz
it.
wagon. He kept saying something about a Benz wagon. And I remember I kept saying, what the fuck is a Benz? What is a Benz wagon? And now that I look at it in retrospect, the nigga probably had 2 or 3 of them at that moment.
You know the crazy shit is? When I look back in time, I used to look at Pharrell's watches, right? Now I'm a big watch guy, right? I wasn't back then. But I used to look at his watches, and I used to be like, this fucking cheap-ass rubber watch. Years later, I figured out that was a fucking Richard Mille. Like, what
He had one back then?
He had one back then. Not in the 90s. I'm talking about, like, mid-2000s.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, but he was already popping back then.
No, but I'm saying no one knew what a rubber watch was.
Yeah.
Like we had G-Shocks and Swatch watches.
Watch, yeah.
We had the shit you got on right now, brother, and you get a lot of money.
This is
But yeah. So he's been advanced, but that's crazy the advanced that you were. Like that means you actually spoke to him prior to me, because I met him. I met him one day, flew out the next day, and then recorded with him the next day. So that means you technically met Pharrell before me.
But you got in the studio with him first.
Oh, I got in the studio, and I knew it. I knew.
Yeah.
Like, I knew as soon as I met his weird ass. I said, yeah. Look, as soon as he came to me, he said, no one listens to me. The first person who listens to me is going to get #1. And I said.
Did he say that?
He said that.
Bro, he's a
and
chronic jewel dropper.
And for some reason, I
Jules.
believed him. Like, listen, by the way, I got the #1 record at the time. I got the record called N.O.R.E stands for Niggas on the Run Eating. My album's done. Rob Walker talks to Martin Moore, and they get me in the studio, and he's like, your album's not done. Like, he was cocky back then. Like, I was like, what?
And it's just Pharrell?
This is Pharrell and Chad, but Pharrell's always been the front runner. He's always been like the top.
The outspoken one, right?
Chad is there, but Pharrell, so he's like, no, your album's not done. And I'm like, dude, like that's how cocky he was back then. I'm like, dude, I actually literally handed in my album. He's like, it's not done. So then if you listen to Super Thug, you listen to what at the end, it'd be like N.O.R.E, the remix. Because we try to sneak it on as a remix. You know what I'm saying? Because the album was already done. But moving on. So I also heard you're the reason why no artist is allowed to go to Tom Silverman's apartment.
I feel bad about that, man.
Come on, I do not feel bad. Let's get into it, right? Let's get into it, right? Come on. De La Soul, this is De La Soul's tuning in for right now.
Okay.
You was in, okay, let's go.
Yeah, so I did a meeting with Tommy Boy. Me and Eric, we did a meeting with Tommy Boy with a cat named Tyrone. Tyrone.
This is after you made the decision to go with Tommy Boy or Dr. Dre?
Well, this is before. So
Right.
this is first we did the meeting. He said he fucked with the music. I think he passed. Well, he passed. So when I started working with Dre and Marshall, I was working with Dre on the Chronic. Word got around the industry that I was working with Marshall and Drake. I was around them. And everybody on the East Coast, all the labels on the East Coast wanted to meet again.
Wow.
Once they found out.
Of course.
So I went back and I met with Tommy Boy with the same records.
Did he have eyeliner on when you met him?
Tom Silver?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The homie said, yeah. Yeah, he's like on a regular day, he'll just have
Guns N'
eyeliner.
Roses
Like,
type
it'd be
of
the
look?
weirdest shit in the world. You're looking like, your eyeliner running, homie. Look at that. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So when I went back, the meeting was a little bit different. Like the whole staff was in there. Everybody was kind of like, and everybody was all excited about these same records that they passed on.
All right.
So one thing led to another. I ended up signing a deal with them. They gave me $1 million. So
I feel like we gotta make some noise.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm sorry. But continue.
Yeah, so Tom Silverman, he bet the farm on me, so to speak. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was the last kind of deal like that he did. He really believed in me. That's why I got.
And
this
is 2000 and.
This is 99, right?
No, 99. Okay.
2000.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
Wait,
because I didn't get the Tommy Boy yet. I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember. I remember.
Thank you. You've been there from the beginning, then.
Yeah. Then you know why I remember? Because you were there prior to me, and I was always on Tommy Boy, but Tommy Boy, I'm on penalty, Penalty was owned by Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
But then they kicked Penalty out, and then I was fully on Tommy Boy, but you was there prior. So that's why I know those years had to be.
You was one of the reasons why I went over there.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Let me just say something about Tom Silverman. A lot of people, they get slack. If you show Tom Silverman that you're working and you got some shit, like, he will put the bank up. He will. Like when you just said, that's why you see I didn't flinch. Yeah. But it's just I feel like, hearing De La Soul's story, like, and hearing the practices that he takes, he owes a lot more to hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about it is this: we know we signed these kid deals when we was there, and then for it to be 20, 30, 25 years, 30 years later, I think people deserve it. Like, whether you're recouped or not, if you have an album for 30 years, 20 years, 25 years, I think the rightful thing to do is split it.
Yeah, because everything else is changing.
Technology, exactly.
Technology
or give the rights
evolving.
back, or give the rights back.
Everything.
Like if you own my album for 20, if I owned your album for 20 years ago, and you came to me and said, "Yo, N.O.R.E, let's do a split." Not only would I want to split it with you, but because I know you would want to go out there and promote it. Like, I feel sad sometimes when I go online and I stream a De La Soul show, and they won't even do those records.
Right.
Like they
they don't make anything off the publishing side.
When I'm talking about, they won't even perform them sometimes.
No.
Like, at least I see, like, Treacher and N.O.R.E by Nature. At least they'll still perform those records and stuff like that. Like, sometimes, like, I want to hear potholes in my lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear all that stuff. But that bothers me. So Tom Silverman, I don't know if you're listening, but I think you can make it right, man. I think it's not too late. You know what I'm saying? But moving on. So what happened in the apartment though?
So so we needed somewhere to stay at in order for me to record the album.
Wow.
So he gave us his apartment, one of his spots that he had.
Wow.
He's subleasing this big ass apartment. I'm not gonna say where because I don't know if he still has it.
Yeah, no problem.
But it was a great apartment, man. It's a great apartment, and I remember just being in there.
All of them?
And
leave it to all of them.
my bro came into town. This was when Marshall won the Moon Man.
MTV
Marshall
Award?
won his first Moon Man. That night, we were all just like happy for him. You know what I mean? And everybody was like drunk and high. And I remember it being about 10, 15 niggas in the apartment. And everybody was from Detroit. Everybody flew in, and everybody was staying in my. Well, it was my apartment at the time, in my mind.
Right, yeah.
So
You were occupying it.
Right.
I just remember my big bro getting into it with somebody that he brought with him, and I remember them having words and grabbing each other, and I remember my bro grabbing them and pulling them into the bathroom and slamming the door behind him. And I'm hearing nothing but just ruckus in the bathroom. And I was just thinking to myself, like, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good in there. Yo, so about 5 minutes later, they come out breathing all hard. And I hear my big bro like, because the dude was supposed to be like Muscle. And he was like, I ain't supposed to be able to throw your big ass around like that.
Oh my God.
So I go in the bathroom and the fucking shower rod is torn down, the mirror is off the wall, there's holes in the wall, bro. Okay. It couldn't be worse than what I saw in there. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, damn. And then, they stayed for a couple of days, so the whole apartment was kind of like trash. It looked like some rockers that stayed there. Okay. So the housekeeping lady came and she didn't even clean it. She just took one look at it and turned around and walked out. And she did like a report. I guess weekly she has to do like a report. She did a report and she said, and I quote,
housekeeper to do that.
I quote, she said it looked like a crack house in there.
Whoa.
And that's what she told. I
wonder what her reference point was, though.
So what was Tom's phone call to you?
I never spoke to Tom Silverman after that.
Wow.
Never spoke to him after that. They just told us we had to get out the apartment. And when I went to turn the album in, we had a meeting. Was Tom at that meeting? The last meeting? No, he wasn't even at that meeting. So we went to play the album. And they waited till we were done. We had 5 Neptune records. 5 Neptune records, 2 Just Blaze records. Who else do we have, Keita? We had Primo Records. We had a star-studded lineup of producers. And after we were done playing the record, they were like, okay. Yeah, we like the songs, but we don't know who you are by listening to these songs. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the fuck they were talking about. I thought they were hating. I was doing that accountability thing that we do when we young. I couldn't hold myself accountable for shit. I was like, they hating on me. And they didn't end up accepting the album, so they didn't release it. And that's how I ended up getting released from Tommy Boy so I can move to Sony, to Columbia.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how the Tommy Boy thing ended. I wasn't able to present an album to them that they felt was...
And you think that was cause of the apartment thing? Or because you think that you wasn't showing them what they...
In retrospect, the apartment thing probably had a little bit to do with it, but I didn't know how to make an album. I just didn't. You know,
you don't think it was a cohesive album?
Yeah, it wasn't cohesive. It was all over the place. If I can remember back properly, it was just a bunch of different songs. I was rapping good on all the songs.
Wow.
But there wasn't a complete thought. And that's, people wonder why to this day I use skits and
So when that person said to you, we don't know who you are, you now think that was great advice?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I think that...
You thought that was artistic critique of that album?
Yes.
Of that,
now, but back then you didn't think of that.
I didn't understand it back then.
Yeah.
I think that every artist should do at least one self-defining album. Right. I think that every artist should find their own self-definition.
What the fuck, bro? Could we not have more noises happening in this episode?
Yeah, so that self-defining thing, you got to go out and you got to find that. You got to find out who you are.
Right.
And once you get to that place where you know who you are, express that. And preferably if you could do it your first album so you can get that out the way. Right. It can be like an introduction, kind of like how Reasonable Doubt is, how Illmatic is.
Right.
If you could do that, you know, War Report, exactly. If you could do that, from there, it's very easy to build the brand from there.
That's kind of crazy for me to hear you say that, though. That's kind of crazy for me to hear that you didn't think your first was that.
It wasn't.
Wow.
It wasn't. Because you know why? You know why? Because I was fresh out of the open mics.
Right.
So I was fresh off that phone call with Pharrell and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a battle rapper. I just, you know, my first love was battling MCs, rapping about how good I could rap, impressing other MCs. My only dream was just to be accepted by Redman and Razzcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to do a remix of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, like I did all my evolving in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is that recording process, M did a joint with the Neptunes around this time?
No, he, I remember us getting in the studio with Pharrell for the
because they've never on record done a record together, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, we did. We did a song called She the One. Me and Marshall did over a Neptune beat called She the One.
But that's never seen the light of day.
I think it may have been on YouTube or something. It's never
not officially released.
Right. No. And we also got in the studio together for the what was the football movie with LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx?
Oh, with Any Given
Sunday, right? It was that movie.
You're on that
we
soundtrack,
didn't know
aren't you?
because Pharrell
was soundtrack.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, I need my plaque for that too.
Yeah,
CNN's
on
Yo, Diego, can you write that down too? And he
you collecting your plaques now?
Yeah, I'm really on my plaques, my nigga. I'm missing Nothing to Lose. Missing I-95 soundtrack. Missing Foxy Brown joint. I'm missing, what was that just
Any
now?
Given Sunday.
And I'm missing like two or three more.
Bro, I don't have my Chronic plaque.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, you disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you are disrespectful.
DJ Clue, I should have a DJ Clue plaque.
I got two DJ Clues.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Clue. And I just don't have any more space on the wall because
Make space,
Mr. Porter.
You know I was gonna put my R. Kelly plaque? I got an R. Kelly plaque. I'm so sorry. So put it in the shitter. And I was gonna put an X over it, like it look like off-white. but it's gonna be off R. Like, cause you know, I don't want to throw the plaque away.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, you should throw the plaque away.
It's $8 million. I don't want to throw the plaque away.
It's the work you did, bro.
With this guy.
But I don't want to hang it up, though. I don't want to leave it up. It'd be like, because I mean, noticing people come to the crib, they're like, oh shit, and then they come, they all get like, oh. And I just look at everybody.
You should look back at, oh.
I had nothing to do with that shit. Like, But I
didn't know.
I got to but I'm gonna put a black X over there. So they're gonna say, is it off-white? I'm saying no, it's off R. Yeah, but I'm collecting my cup. I'm collecting my plaques.
Crazy. I get it.
Damn, we went crazy. All right, cool. I got notes here. God damn it. Hold on. Wow. So you spent a year in jail for drinking?
Yeah.
How the hell is that? What was you drinking, brother?
What was I drinking?
Yeah.
It's very specifically what the fuck was you drinking?
Okay.
It felt like you was drinking straight direct to jail drink.
Yeah, I was drinking Don't Pass Go Patron.
Okay, oh yeah. That's right. I see.
Patron Silver.
I remember you was a super straight Patron guy. Out the bottle type nigga. Not even sharing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
To the head.
So continue. What happened?
Yeah, so I was drinking Patron. And what happened was I was drinking and driving. I got pulled over late at night one night, and I remember my lawyer when I got that offense pushing the court date back because we were gonna try and beat it. So they put me on this program called Jams, and that's basically where they assign you a color, and if your color comes up, you got to check every day. You got to call this number every day, and if you call it and you hear your color, you got to go blow into a device that next morning.
Wow.
And my color came, I went and blew into the device, and I blew dirty because I was drinking the night before.
Okay. So damn, that's something that we kids need to know. So if you drink the night before, that shit is still in your system in the morning.
Don't let nobody else tell you different.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Because I let somebody. That's what it was. I wasn't like lit up.
Drugs.
I wasn't lit up. No, I wasn't lit up the night before.
Depends on the
Is
drug.
the drug still in there?
Yeah,
Depends
I wasn't lit up the night before, but I drank the night before.
Right.
And somebody told me, yeah, man, all you got to do is just stop drinking at 11 o'clock or whatever he said.
They tell me that all the time, Royce.
That's
Don't
a lot.
listen
That's
to
a
these
lot.
niggas, man.
That's a lot.
Oh my
They
God.
want you to die, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so like I'm listening to this stupid nigga, so I go and I blow dirty.
Right.
So that's an offense.
Right.
And then before I can even go to court to rectify anything, I get another one, another DUI.
Wow.
I get pulled over again.
Oh my
lit up.
God.
So I got two in the air at the same time, and I blew dirty.
Terrible odds.
Terrible,
Right.
terrible. Oh, and I got driving with license suspended offenses running concurrent.
Wow.
Well, you had bench warrants already?
No. It's just that when you get caught drinking and driving,
Right.
suspended license is another charge.
Yeah.
That we don't even discuss because the drinking and driving is such a big deal.
Right,
but the driving while license is suspended is just a bigger deal.
Right.
I see you
it's
didn't
the
pull up
same-
today like DMX. You did not pull up today. You had a driver. You was very conservative. Very.
He's not drinking no more.
Yeah.
Clean.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, wherever I go with DMX, the driver drives for about 10 minutes, and then X be like, "Move, dog!" Like, "Oh no, no. Let me get out the car. Hold on, before anything happens." Like he loves to drive. He's a speed racer.
Let me tell you something, brother. Like, this is my 8th year. I'm going on 8 years sober.
Right.
Got that? Make some noise for that. And just so you know, I don't want you to stop where you're going with it. Just so you know, today this is my 3rd drink champs. I'm only drinking water. I'm only drinking water because I said, you know what? Let me join them.
Come on,
this
don't
time.
make me feel bad.
No. I'm saying I'm still getting
Fuck
high
that,
though. I'm
bro.
still smoking weed, but I could do a drink chance. You know, he's not
Absolutely.
drinking. It's okay. And I'm sort of vegetarian fasting. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Vegetarian fasting? What is that?
because I'm still eating cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm from New York. You gotta eat a pizza.
You look slimmer since I seen
I've
you.
been trying. Thank you, man. Thank you for the love of That's my nigga. So, what the fuck was you talking about? What was on it?
You was talking.
No, I was saying
Okay.
I'm 8 years sober now. I'm
8 years
almost
sober, there you
8 years sober now, and I'm still having it. I'm speaking sobriety events.
Wow.
Do charitable things,
Wow.
preach nothing but positivity,
Oh, you used to smoke weed too
do
as
nothing.
No,
I don't do anything.
well? No, I'm talking about back then. You used to smoke weed?
Nope, just drink.
Just drink. Okay. And you think that was like that was a downfall for you drinking because of how much you drink?
Yeah, I think the amount that I drink would be anybody's downfall.
Right.
Right. I just don't think it's possible to be productive and not really be coherent most of the day.
Right.
Like I wasn't even really good for a phone call after 10 p.m.
Right.
Unless you like close friend of mine and we like talking crazy shit.
Right.
I couldn't conduct business after 10 p.m.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because I I just used to be lit up. And I mean, it's just, you know, it started out fun, then it just turned into a problem, you know? And I'm obsessive compulsive by nature. You know, me and you talked about that the other day. But yeah, I'm obsessive compulsive by nature.
Whatever, what that means is whatever you into.
You go in.
Yeah, I go all the way with it.
Like if you eat pussy, you eating ass too.
You Eddie Giggin? You Eddie Giggin?
That's what that means, though, basically,
right? There, man.
It's like
that's what I mean. I understand.
two orifices,
you know what I'm
right?
saying? Like, I gotta
They
understand.
wasn't so close to each other.
Okay. So, what was your conversation with Joe after he dissed Nick Cannon?
My conversation with Fat Joe?
No. Excuse me. What was your conversation with Joe Button after Button dissed Eminem?
After you mean when he talked about his album?
He said the trash or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what I said, what was said. I just remember us having a long conversation where he expressed how he felt about it, and I expressed how I felt about it. I think I just
you did this podcast as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had just did my rollout for my album, my last album, Book of Ryan. And I remember I went through that whole rollout, and I remember I kept having to like talk about Joe in a negative. I kept having to speak about him, but his name kept coming up, but it was more in a negative sort of light, you know, like people were kind of like not pitting us against each other, but the way that his name was coming up, you know, I didn't like it. You know what I mean?
Because you felt like Joe could have said it different.
Yeah. He could have. It was a zillion different ways he could have handled it, but just in regards to me, you know, I think I remember telling him something along the lines of, "Man, I don't deserve that." You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't sign up for that. You know what I mean? Like, it's what we said earlier. Like, I'm just about the raps. I'm not about all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about, you know, the gray area, you know, it's one thing or the other thing with me. You know what I mean? Like, you're my friend, you know, and that's how I am with my friends, though. You know, like if there's an issue, if I have an issue with something, or if one of my friends have an issue with something, we bring it to the table, we talk about it, we yell about it, whatever needs to happen, and then we come to a solution, a resolution. And that's what we did. We came to a resolution. He apologized to me. He told me he loved me. He didn't want me to feel like that. I accepted his apology, and that was it.
I'm talking about Joe.
Yeah.
Right. And you think him and M will rectify the situation, or that was just his opinion? It's not really a beef.
I think it's definitely not a beef.
Right.
It's not a beef. I mean, M didn't like it. You know, like I can't. I'd be a fool to sit here and try to speak for Marshall. You know what I mean? Like, he feels how he feels about it. You know, we've had conversations here and there about it. You know, Joe feels how he feels. I think anything can be rectified through conversation if that's something that they chose to do in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, that's dope, man. I hope they work it out. I just feel like, you know, I get where it's coming from, because it's coming from the inside. You know what I'm saying? And because I think that album still went like platinum, and still went whatever. So like, do you ever think how weird that is? Like, you can see a person like how big Marshall is, or how big Jay-Z is, and how big Nas is, and they pay attention to the littlest, like, like the littlest, like.
That's kind of like how they got to where they are, bro.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real.
if you think about it, that's how they got to where they are, and it's like, it's inspiring, man.
That's
it's
real.
Inspiring. I was just talking about this the other day. I was saying, because you just had Floyd on the show. And one thing that I admire about Floyd in the ring is that the way he makes adjustments.
Right.
You know, like the champion in him comes out. Like when he got caught with the big shot from Shane, the champion in him came out.
Right.
And that person right there, you cannot judge that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That person right there is the tippity top of the top tier. And that's what I think that we're seeing Marshall doing now. He's making his adjustments.
Right.
You know, like he's been flawless. He went flawless for a lot of years straight, and now he's under scrutiny.
Right.
And he needs to find a different way to do certain things, and now he's making adjustments, and they just keep getting better and better and better. If you look since Revival, shit's just been better and better and better. Now this last album that he just put out, Music to Be Murdered By, it's shit, to me, in my opinion, it's the best one since Recovery. You know what I'm saying?
He's got music already that he's been recording, right?
I'm sure. I don't know.
I mean, you would know. I'm sure you produced already future music.
You produce
lie.
on M shit though.
I produced 2 songs on this album. Yeah.
Okay.
I produced 2 songs on it. I produced You Gonna Learn and Darkness.
So nothing that you've produced that you know is coming out still.
Not that I'm aware of.
But you've given production over.
I've given it. He's probably got some. Yeah, he got some beats of mine that he hasn't rapped to. But I don't know. I don't know what he's been doing. I haven't talked to Marshall in a minute. It's been months. It's been months. So I don't know. I don't know what he's been doing. But when he's quiet,
right.
When he's quiet, you never know.
Right.
You never know what he's gonna. You know what I mean? Like he's doing something.
Right.
He ain't vacationing. I'll tell you. Right. I'll tell you that.
Now, Tory Lanez, you and Tory Lanez, y'all had some back and forth.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Y'all worked that out?
Of course.
Well, it wasn't over the hairline or nothing like that.
Come on.
Nah, I'm just saying, you know. It wasn't like nothing like that, right?
Nah. He,
Take a pee-pees.
Okay. Yeah.
If I remember properly, he was somebody asked me on Twitter if I felt like, this is how they worded it. They said, do you feel Tory Lanez won against Joyner Lucas? Okay. And I tweeted back, no, because I felt like Joyner won. Okay. But I was about to tweet, but Tory came with it because I'm a fan of Tory. And before I could do that, he was on it.
Oh yeah, he was on.
And I didn't at his name.
He challenged the whole America at one point.
Yeah. He was just on one. He was on one at that. He was on one at that moment. I love that fire though. Yeah. I love that fire. It wasn't no offense taken like that.
You really love battle rap like that?
I love it.
I'm gonna tell you the other day I've been falling off on battle rap. Like you know, it's like really takes a couple of hours of your time. Yeah. You really can. But the other day. I was probably one of the first person I know. Marshall bigged it up too. Math Hopper's, what is it called? My professional opinion or my expert opinion. I've been bigging it up forever because if I can't watch the battles, it's like watching First Take sometimes. Yeah. Like sometimes I don't watch the games, but I go and listen to First Take. But anyway, so I'm listening to Math Hopper or whatever, and then it goes off, and this is a battle that I just saw. And let me know if you saw this. But a dude, this is the first like friendly battle I saw in a long time, and I could tell these guys were friendly with each other. Well, the dude battling another dude, he puts on a Walmart outfit. Did you see this one? And Smack, because one of the dudes worked in Walmart, and the dude got the drop that he worked in Walmart. Yo. This was hilarious, my guy. You got to look at this stuff. I don't know.
He put the Walmart outfit on.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on because I'm out of the loop, right? So I'm out of the loop, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Okay, guys. I don't know what's going on. So I'm looking, and he's like, oh, you think I don't know where you work at? So he turns around, and they put a hat on him, and they put a vest on him. But from the angle I'm watching, I can't tell what type of vest this is. So he turns around, he goes, some shit. You the dude that when we walk out of the store, you be checking our receipt. And I was like, oh, shit. This is the craziest shit. So, I mean, it was like the first time because battle rap at first to me was your friends battle. It was, yo, boom. Then somewhere along the line, you know, let me big up Math Hopper again. With him, he brung in the snuffing to the game.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone knows that now this is a possibility. You can get snuffed or you might be the one doing the snuffing. Right. So it kind of, then now started escalating. I see more and more fights. I even see a white guy actually use the N-word. And they snuffed him, which I think he should have got snuffed again. I think the whole crowd should have snuffed him. But you know, it's repetitive. This is violence. So for me to see two brothers just go on stage and, I mean, they tore it into each other. You should Google it. Smack. You should Google it. We'll come back to it. But it was, I kid you not, like tears came out my eyes. Like literally, I had to call my man Will Millions. I was like, yo, who is this guy? He's like, oh, that shit happened in Queens. I was like, damn, I didn't even know what happened in Queens.
You don't remember the dude's name?
I couldn't because you know what it was? It was on like an Explorer page.
Okay.
So you know how some shit will come up on that, so somebody you're not even following, right. Or somebody you're affiliate following, and that shit popped up, and I kid you not, it was one of those joints Royce, it was so good that I didn't even want to rewind it. Like, usually Mississippi was good, you want to rewind. Like, he got his point across so good the first time, I didn't even need to. I remember, like even though I didn't remember the words, I remember the basics of the conversation. Right. But if you find it, let me know. But, but battle rap, that's and didn't you have a league? Wasn't you a part of a league? Like
Total Slaughter.
Okay, that was on the thing on BET, correct?
No, it was on the Fuse network.
Oh, the Fuse, okay.
On the Fuse network.
Okay. Fuse got a lot of money.
Basically what we did was
Fuse got a lot of money.
Fuse got a lot of money.
We put some battle rappers in the house. You ever seen the UFC reality show? Where all the fighters live with each other? And they all compete.
I didn't see the UFC one. I thought the rappers one was the first one. So the
UFC thing was first. That's kind of like where the idea came from.
Okay.
So we put battle rappers all in the house. And they all battled each other, battled their way.
What year was this
event? To this big event.
What year did this?
Get ready to show come out.
This is you remember? I'm terrible with years, man.
Yeah.
Was it 2010?
Yeah. Ew.
I know I was sober.
Wow.
I know I was sober. I remember because I remember. If I wasn't sober, I wouldn't have remembered. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but I'm pretty sure y'all can fact check it and just throw it on the screen. But
no, of course we can.
It was everything was leading to this big event, which was Loaded Lux versus Murder Mook 2.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Which was a follow-up to a super classic, super classic battle in battle rap history.
Yeah, and I believe Mook won both times.
Yeah, we put it on pay-per-view.
Right.
And it was I'm sorry, Joe Budden and Hollow as well.
Oh, listen, Joe, you're my man. Do not get step in that battle arena again. I was very embarrassed when you put the mic down.
You ain't think he did well? He did good.
I can't.
He just shouldn't have put the mic down.
You know what it is? He's a Virgo, and I'm a Virgo, and we're very annoyed. But the thing about it is, our power is not showing we're annoyed.
Right.
He showed he was annoyed that day, and he lost from that moment.
Right.
The thing is, that's the thing is, like, you ever notice when a battle rapper is battling, they'd be like, "Let me cook, or let me work." That's that. They're distracting them. The crowd is distracting them. But that's their way of saying, "I'm not being distracted back." But now, listen to that same person say, "Yo, chill, y'all." That's not the same confidence. Right. If y'all don't shut up, I'm bouncing. Yeah. Like, bro. T-Top? Okay, yeah, T-Top did his thing, man. T-Top did his thing. But, so I don't think, and I heard you say this the other day, and I think this is funny. I think Joe is better at this profession than he is at rapping. He was a damn good rapper.
Top tier lyricist.
Yeah.
Top tier lyricist.
Yeah.
Top tier lyricist. And, he did all right at the battle rapping thing, but in terms of
No. Let's stop. Let's not be nice about that. Let's just be clear. I'm sorry, he's my friend.
Well, let's just agree on this. In terms of rapping, Joe's a top tier.
In terms of rapping, he's a top tier rapping.
Top tier lyricist.
Yeah. That's like I'm saying, like, listen, I make great party records, I make great records, but you get me to try to be scoop and scrap, I'm not gonna be good. I don't know how to do the kid and play. Like, I don't know how to do that. So I can't. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be clear. I can rap, but I can't dance. And I'll tell you something else. I don't really got a lot of rhythm. I got about 4 steps in me. And that's it.
Puerto Rican family's not gonna be happy about
but
that.
I got my two mean steps, two steps is so mean you ain't never gonna catch on. Now, Waka Flocka recently just said he said he was a whack rapper. I disagree with him.
I disagree too.
With him. But he said he got to the level. Do you think that's possible nowadays where people could come into this game knowing that they don't? I don't think in Waka's case I don't agree with him. But I'm just saying, there's so many people that come in this game now and they say, well, I'm gonna just be like a French Montana, or I'm gonna just be like or they'll say like a Jim Jones or something like that, as if French Montana or Jim Jones didn't bust their ass. And what they're trying to say is people that, not spending 15 million hours on lyrics.
Yeah.
But do you think that there's artists nowadays that does that they actually come into this game just for the money and then that's that?
Yeah. I think it's just about... It's about knowing. It goes back to the self-defining thing that I'm talking about. It goes back to just knowing you and then playing to your strengths. you know, everybody's not a super technical, lyrical, miracle MC.
Right.
You know, and Waka just, he played to his strengths. Now I heard songs where he was bussing,
Right.
where he was straight up bussing.
Right.
But it seems like he made his mind up, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And I'm gonna pursue it relentlessly.
Right.
And nobody's gonna stop me. And that's exactly what happened.
Because I understood what he meant. He said compared to his favorite rappers, he's whack.
there it
Like,
is.
you know, compared to
Which is
DMX.
him paying respect.
That's him. That's him paying
to
respect
to
to
the
the
art form.
I just can't say Waka's whack. I ain't gonna lie.
What he probably means by it is this shit. If I'm not gonna be the best at that,
Right.
then I'm just gonna do this.
Right.
Because he's great at what he did.
But I don't necessarily believe that lyrics is the only thing that makes
No, some
you
of the
super
dopest
great.
artists weren't the
Like-
best lyricists. They were their flows.
like
though.
to me, Biggie's flow. He had lyrics, but it was his flow that made you gravitate to it.
It's a masterful.
And so did Pac.
It's a masterful way to do many things.
Right.
Many things with the rapping shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jeezy to me is a lyricist. He just hides it. He hides it in the swag. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just he has a way of reaching you. He has a way of getting directly to his points without using a whole lot of words. And he does it in a way where his inflictions, he knows where to put them at in terms of the chord progression and shit like that. It's genius the way he does it. It's just not right in your face. The technical part of it is just not right in your face. You know what I mean?
But he
So
has the ability. You know it.
his ability is through the roof.
Right.
It's through the roof. It's just done a different way.
Right.
You listen to Doja Cat?
I haven't, but
It's kind of dope.
is she the one who made the cow song? The cow song?
That is. Let's Google that. Let's Google that. I'm not sure.
We're
The
Googling-
cow song. I remember Moo, right? That shit.
Yeah.
Who is Drink Champs going right now?
Oh, you asked the question. I'm trying to figure out where we going.
You
Where we
know
going
Doja
with
Cat.
this.
Yeah, come on, let's bring up Mr. Porter. Come on. Where's the chair? Get another one on. You motherfucker holding on. You smoke?
No.
You don't smoke or drink
I
neither?
don't do shit.
Yeah, and you never smoked or drink?
Nah, yeah, I did.
Oh, you used to be back in the days.
Yeah.
And what was you was on the purple pills too? Listen, man.
Blue ones, green ones, red ones.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. That was the only like damn, am I going to my ecstasy days right now? I'm gonna talk about.
You always talk about
That's the
ecstasy
only
shit.
drug that I know that's bad for you. But I just like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it's fucked up. Like I heard ecstasy was saving marriages at one point.
Lies.
I ain't never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it fucked up
They,
something.
they said after the war, like
After
niggas,
the war? What war?
just in my mind, man. It's in my mind. Yeah.
What war? I want to know what war he's
It's
talking
in my mind as a war, man. Listen. But listen.
Probably help couples communicate.
Yeah, ecstasy
And they
was
both
made.
on it.
No, listen. Ecstasy.
Yeah, I can see that
yes,
thing. Maybe
you
if they
can't
both
one.
on it, but nah.
Yeah.
If one person on it and
Yeah,
the girl
one
on
person-
it,
yeah,
hell
it
It's
can't.
a problem.
No, it gotta be a seesaw, nigga. It gotta be both of you. But this is what I heard. Ecstasy was made for people having mad, fucked up shit.
That's the original reason why it was made?
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm just being honest, man. Yeah.
Facts.
Because, you know, like, if you ever seen your boy on ecstasy, like, he'll just be like, man, I love you, man.
We got ecstasy experts in here right now.
It's the same shit. But, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, the D12, like that tour, I felt like y'all did a lot of drugs, and I just felt like I should have been there with y'all.
Nah.
Like at that time.
Nah, man, I don't know.
How much ass was y'all getting? And you
Yeah, it was college. That was like college shit.
and y'all was getting white girl one
Yeah,
wild
it was like-
ass,
that
right?
was crazy.
Like y'all was getting the woo whip out Wednesdays
Yeah.
bitches, right? Let's talk
It
about
was too
that.
much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Holy
But I
moly.
mean, I don't know. It was just we was kids. So it
Wow.
didn't really, it just felt like wild ass parties every night.
So after Proof, what because everyone sits back and I believe M said it on the record. He said, truth is, when Proof died, so did the group. But a lot of people say it's even deeper than that. Like they're saying a part of Detroit died
Yeah,
when Proof died.
yeah.
What do you guys feel about
I feel
that?
like that,
Yeah.
but I also feel like I think a lot of that when that happened, you got to think the again the star power of who M was or
Right.
who M is.
Right.
that overshadowed everybody's grief too. And like a lot of people didn't get the, it was like it became about him and how he was grieving.
Wow.
And
How
so,
M was grieving.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. So you kind of missed. A lot of people might have missed it. The proof was so important.
Wow.
It just got overshadowed by that, which is something that happened when you somebody that big. So, but it was for me. I felt like that. It was like everybody was going through their own thing individually, but you couldn't really go through it without getting oh man, I know M fucked up. I know, like how that just made me not. It just made me get away from it. But I was once that happened, I was done.
Right.
I was done.
Well, rapping?
Nah, just with the group shit. I couldn't really. I tried, but couldn't really keep going.
So that ended it basically.
Yeah, I mean, business. You got to think business. People handle business differently.
Right.
And I was affected a lot in it because every time I would do something, produce for somebody else or do something, it was going back to recouping the deal that we was in as a group.
Right.
And so when I tried to go my own way and do that, it was like they didn't understand why I wanted to do it, but that's what happened.
And you improved. Y'all, you got arrested after y'all pulled a. Damn, your mic is there.
Yeah, I got it.
You got. Okay, I forgot. Be professional and shit. I forgot.
Hey, the first time I ever seen the court.
Yeah, we got caught. I didn't even trust ourselves. You see me? I'm like, oh, let's see where's the mic at. But and then how did y'all work that situation out?
We were in jail together. And we
Get out of here.
Y'all
pulled out on each other.
That was a fucking dog. That's what
It is. There's streets over there.
A dog with a jacket.
I was in the cell, and he was in the cell next to me, and we talking to each other through the wall.
And this is y'all in the jail for each other?
Oh, y'all was talking through the wall?
Yeah.
I thought y'all was in the same room.
No, we was talking through the wall. Proof was like, he's such a dynamic individual, man. He was having the phone was ringing off the hook, different lawyers calling. You know what I'm saying? This nigga had all kind of food being brought in, and you know what I'm saying? It was like crazy. He was actually the reason why I got out so fast, because it was like he was bringing too much attention to the precinct and shit. Did you know this? He was bringing too much attention to the precinct. They just let us out. They were just like, man, we let y'all go. Fuck out of here.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, but we were able to talk and just really put things in perspective. And I was early on, I think I learned the importance of communication just by going through that with him. Because how deep we were into the shit, you know what I'm saying? And then how we were able to just nip it in the bud just that fast, just talking.
Right.
Because right before we got arrested, it got tense. It could have went one of two ways. You know what I'm saying? So for us to be able to nip that in the bud that fast, and then for me and this man to get as close as we ended up being after, it just it's a testament to you have to find resolution. And then you have to also realize how powerful we are as a collective. The things that me and this man can do in the studio together is way more valuable than any type of energy we can cause being negative toward each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, what's the difference? Because Dre was up front about it and Puff was up front about it. What's the difference between you writing rhymes for Diddy or you writing rhymes for Dre?
Diddy is way more picky. Well, at least at that moment.
Wow, I thought it was the exact opposite. I would have thought you said Dre.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that Dre is real. Is he real picky now? Because he works with him more now.
Way more now.
Back then, when I was working with him on the Chronic album, he wasn't as picky as Puff. I've never been in the studio with somebody as picky as Puff.
Right. He be like, Playboy, put that thing on that, Playboy.
He just made me write the verse over and over and over and over. And I just walked away from that situation learning so much. Because it was up until I worked with Puff that I never rewrote my own raps. So this nigga made me rewrite the same rap so many times. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute.
Right, this ain't even...
Why am I not putting this same effort into my own shit?
So what Puff project are we talking about so people
Press
know?
Play.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote Tell Me with Christina Aguilera. So
And then how was it when you wrote Kanye shit?
don't do that.
I was trying. trying.
I can see the headline now. Yeah, called me like, look here, man.
And the crazy shit is, I felt my eyes immediately like start to like get funny, and he looked. I said, "Damn, I gotta let it go." But that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite rappers is Eazy-E. Eazy-E on the record said, I didn't realize this 20 years later. He said, Ice Cube writes the rhymes that I say. And I was like, oh shit, 20 years later. I was like, what the fuck was I listening to?
That's a businessman talking.
Yeah. I've been pumping Dre's businessman.
Yeah.
What makes them different from Drake?
From Drake?
Yeah.
I don't think it's much of a difference. I mean, Drake, to me, it'd be hard for me to like put a finger on exactly what Drake is in that conversation because I don't know.
He's an R&B singer. Don't R&B singers get away with that?
But you're trying to say
I
that
don't know
Drake
if I don't consider Drake R&B
I
singer.
mean,
Oh, you just want somebody else write it?
Yeah.
That's what
If
he's
a singer, if it's a
Yeah,
singer.
but how
Right.
much is other people right? Because when I seen Drake interviews, he said he write pretty much everything.
Right.
And he took some ideas
Did
from
y'all
people
see
at times.
Quentin Miller?
He don't
Oh,
mind.
man.
He don't
Yeah,
mind.
that was
Just
sad.
We need to
elaborate.
go fund me for good.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go fund me. Not fund like money. Like, he need to have some fun. Like, that nigga need to go to a dream park or something. Like, Dre Adventures. Like,
That shit was like.
I was a little sad, bro. I apologize.
But it's,
Quentin
when
Miller.
you look at it from his perspective, the way he was saying it, I was like, damn, that's real.
Nah, his perspective
His
is
perspective
fucked
is
up.
like, it's fucked up. I understand where he coming from in that sense. Because
You know what? The thing is this. If you've never been a casualty of war, like sometimes I've been a casualty of war. I've been in a place where a person used me. And then they and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understood where I had to be at that moment. It's not in this level.
Right.
It's
That's
not to
crazy.
this level. Like this level, like when I seen them and it was what, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Yeah.
And he was saying, everyone's posting their plaques and
He was
everyone.
collateral damage.
Yeah. So
I would hope that they reach out to him because I mean, both of them at this point they cool.
yeah, but how would they do that though?
Was he beefing with them too, or did they have some? sort of-
No. What it was.
I remember I know
what
that
it
he
was.
he wrote shit.
Rumor has it. This is all. What does it call it?
Hearsay?
No. What do they say? So the speculation. No.
Or hearsay?
Allegedly.
It's all alleged.
It's all allegedly. Allegedly, Meek, DJ Drama, cool people, both from Philadelphia. Meek goes to Atlanta. Here's this record. Couple of weeks later, here's that same record he heard with this other dude spitting on the radio, and it happens to be Drake that's spitting these lines.
Right.
Meek has that in his mind. Whatever happens, I think Drake's supposed to come out to a concert with him. He doesn't come out. Meek. That's when Meek does the thing on Twitter or whatever. This is all allegedly, right? Boom. Quentin Miller's caught up in this. Now they all did because no one else. Later on, we found out there's DJ Drama. People say allegedly that because Drake was messing with one of DJ Drama's girls that he's no longer with now. So this is why DJ Drama owes us this story. He has to come on here. But so during the whole process, Quentin Miller is caught in the process. At first, it looks like, yo, dude, you get what you get. Right? You get what you get. You was on that side. Then the side squashes the beef.
Right.
Diablo B.
I don't know whose ringer that is, but you gotta grow up.
That's Diablo B.
You gotta get out of Toys R Us, man.
That's the Dominican barber.
That store's closed, man. Toys R Us ain't even open no more. But yeah, I mean Quentin, I've been to war like for 20 years. I'm doing different types of war. I never feel sorry for a person that get caught in collateral damage or this is my first time. When I've seen him, and like he didn't even have nobody film for him. Like it was a selfie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't mean it like you know. But he was a selfie like
I think he looked depressed though.
and it was snow, but I felt like he had shorts
You know what I
on.
mean? That's what worried me the most. He looked really depressed. Like he didn't look happy. It was not a happy thing for him.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
And that's the kind of shit to me today that worry me like about a lot of artists. They go through some
But that's
shit.
what see.
You know, we
but
don't
that's
have
the
them
difference
to fall back
between
on.
you working with a Dr. Dre and a Puff, where pretty much upfront about it. and then you working with a person. Because a lot of people, that's how a lot of people probably feel. It's like, yo, if I'm gonna let you give me a couple of bars, that's between us.
Right.
So this was like the first ghostwriter that was labeled a ghost.
Yeah.
Because the definition of ghost is you don't really know what the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this was the first ghostwriter that we found out, and it's for a big artist.
Right.
Because I never knew any ghostwriters.
I never knew.
Mad Skills forever was a ghostwriter.
Yeah, but who did he write for? I never knew that. I knew he wrote for Mad Niggas, but
that's their legend. They're not gonna disclose that.
Also, let's not be clear. Let's not act like we didn't see producers ghost produce as well.
Yeah.
Let's not act like that.
That was common.
It was so many times that I've like, got an LES beat. Or got a Kurt Gotti beat,
right? And
Trackmasters would be on my shit,
right?
Trackmasters never came to the studio session. I don't know what they deal consists of. Right. I don't know how that worked, but I know that
song deals. Or something.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was ghost producing,
right?
I think the production thing is a little bit more blurry though, because a producer would be like,
"No, it's
I got a lot of workload, and then I'm gonna pick out things that I feel
to me it's
under my umbrella."
Fowler. I gotta disagree with you. To me, it's a little bit more Fowler because at least it's that artist, saying it.
Right.
A producer's not even getting the credit.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you always make sure the person get the credit, the problem is that person is getting the credit. They probably have a problem with it.
Right.
Later.
All right.
You can have that agreement in there and then come back and be like, nah,
after
man.
the fact.
Yeah. It's like, but if you doing that and you going out of your way, back then credit was everything.
Right. That's all you wanted.
Now, today, you don't know who the fuck did what.
No, unless you got, that's your Blumen wants some more. You gotta have your tag on that shit.
But even with those, there's a lot of that to go on with those too.
Like, what niggas is faking tags?
I mean, not saying they faking the tags, but they have whole units of people. It's not like just one person. Like, I know a lot of the dudes that do it, like, they make 1 million beats a day, but, like, sometimes they still work with, they collab a lot with a lot of other, to producers today, it's never just one thing to me. It's like, it'll be a lot of people in the room sometimes.
Which ain't bad.
Nah.
Bad. It's bad when the person does 95% of the beats and all the producer who's quote-unquote producing, all he's doing is drops. That's when it's bad.
No, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes production is being a conductor.
Yep.
That's what people don't understand. That's actually the original producer. Is the conductor of a band.
A lot of producers
and they say how I want this band to sound, and I am the producer.
A lot of producers that was with Puff made magic with Puff. A lot of producers who were with Dre.
Puff is a producer.
Made magic
he
with
is
Dre.
A producer.
A lot of people was with Irv Gotti. Made magic with them.
Right.
But as soon as Irv Gotti, as soon as Dre, and as soon as Puff left them same producers
but
tanked.
Those are it's what he's saying. It's the deals. Because under that, when they were doing it, everybody was fine with the situation.
Yeah.
But when those records take off, they're like, he's not the producer.
Yeah, they upset.
Right.
Then that's when things change. Right.
Yeah. That's when it's corny.
Yeah.
What's easier for? And this question goes to both of y'all because there's beat makers and then there's producers.
Yeah.
Like I always credit Pharrell for being my first production I ever had. I had beats before, but Pharrell came to me and was like, "Just give me the rhymes." And I had the rhymes, and he did every fucking thing. Whoever's whispering, relax. Yeah. But what's the difference to y'all? Or what is easier for you to work with? A person who's producing the beat, just doing the beat, or a person who's actually producing the record that's there for the hook, there for the...
And now as a producer.
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself a producer, so I could do both.
Yeah. Right.
Like, but it just has to be a producer that I trust. So if I'm working with him... I can just give him the raps. I'm good with that.
Right.
Primo. I can just give him the raps.
Right.
If it's the difference to me is a beat maker just makes beats. That's it.
Right.
Beat maker makes beats.
And they're good too. I'm
not trying to be. I'm not trying to.
We all make beats too.
Let me just clarify that I'm not trying to sound dismissive at all. Like beat makers are dope. I love beat makers. Beat makers, they can send beats all day, and we can take them.
It's a different part of the process.
Yes, it's just a different part of the process. A producer sees the process all the way through.
Recycle.
So somebody like him or somebody like me can come into the room, and we may take something away from it that may make it what it needs to be. It's just knowing how to get it there. That's it.
Everybody start out, like when you go in the studio, you're gonna start off just making beats. There's gonna be one thing that you're gonna gravitate towards, and then you start producing that idea more than something else. You spend more time on that one thing, right? So I think everybody can do both. But when you say a beat maker, that's people that I think about when I go to some of the beat like showcases and stuff like that. That's what they do. They come in to wow you in that first two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. They don't even think about the music and how a person got to rap over it.
Right.
You don't know what part he gonna rap over. None of that. Like I used to give him a beat, and now we probably won't have those arguments because I give him the beat, and then he'll give it back, and it's like, man, why you rap over that part?
Right.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
I'll arrange it a totally
He's like
different way
arranging.
from how he had it in his
I'm like,
mind.
nigga, like,
I didn't know I was
you know
getting
what
on
I'm
his nerves when I was doing that
Are you
before.
robbing on the bridge?
I didn't realize that until
You start having.
I produced for Marshall.
Yeah.
And I gave him a beat, and he took it and flipped it all around and made it, and I heard it like, whoa.
I was like,
it caught me off guard.
But that's
So now I know what he's talking about.
if you
know
start off with if some people start off they just making beats, but until somebody turn down enough music from them, where it's like, let's say they give you a beat and you don't rap on it, it's like, damn man, why ain't it landing? It's because you're not producing it for somebody, you're not leaving space for them. You're just trying to show off. Feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a beat maker. Like I love the idea, but I might take that idea and turn it into whatever, You might break it down and give it to a person and arrange it the right way. You might change something slight as a snare, something slight as those things matter. Them little things matter. So just depend on the person and who you getting it from. There's a lot of beat makers, but producers, it ain't a lot of that going on. It ain't a lot of that going on. You could tell.
Yeah, it feels that way too.
Because a lot of the records wouldn't sound the same.
Producers help with the artist development too. I think that's another element that's missing. The whole artist development. That's why
what I'm
we're
bringing
trying
back to the game. I'm bringing back artist development.
Yeah, hell yeah. We need to work together.
Yeah. I wanna help round artists. Like,
That's all we trying to do.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, sorry, like to say this and like, sorry to bring this up, but everyone rest in peace to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a moment of silence. If your guys are back there, let's don't move for at least 8 seconds for Kobe. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. But it was something that hit me about Pop Smoke. That was, I've been going to those Hollywood Hills, like where that shit happened, for 20 years. Yeah. We only rent those places for parties. We do not rent those places to stay,
to live there,
to live there. So I felt like, that's why young homies, you should reach out to your OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have hit a person like Busta, and Busta would have told him immediately, yo, listen, man, that's cool to chill there, but it didn't necessarily have to be me. It didn't necessarily have to be, but Busta Rhymes, a Fat Joe, like, there's people that could tell you. I'm saying, especially being from New York, like, that's why, it's important, you guys, with the T Grizzly situation, because he should reach out for game for you, and especially because I don't, our time, we really didn't have drama like that. But the fact is, you got to remember, Biggie Smalls got killed when we was going out there. Yep. So we was taking precautions. Like, I remember renting those mansions, or renting those houses rather, and not even staying there. Like, we would literally rent there, have a tastemakers meeting or whatever, have some, and then as soon as we would all break out. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that, not to say that was the only thing that happened to Pops, because I don't want to, you know what I mean? But it's just simple game like that we can help our young brothers with. You know what I'm saying? And I wanna help do that. I wanna help people transition from being just a rapper to being a personality, to being a podcaster, to being a radio, someone on radio, or something like that. Because you know what? Rap is a vehicle, and a vehicle is not something you should live in. A vehicle is something to get you from one place to another. Do I deserve a clap for that? I felt smart just now. Word up. I'm not drinking and shit.
It's a journey. The success is a journey. I've been telling my youngest this. The success is a journey. And the art itself is a destination. It's a place that you need to get to. Get to that place and just express yourself. And then through that, all things are possible. You could do anything off of that platform.
And you know what I noticed, Royce? Sorry to change it up a little bit. You know what I noticed? The older we get and we're still successful, the easier it is for the youngins to listen to us. I feel like the older we get, and if we don't have that success or we don't have that certain thing, it's easy. Because I used to be like that when I was younger. Like, who the fuck is that? Tell me shut the fuck up. Like, you want to tell me how to what? Did he go platinum before? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be saying like dumb shit like that. So that's the reason why I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the reason why I don't reach out to some of these young generation dudes. Like, because I think of myself. Like when I first, I say this, I've said this before. When I first met Waka Flocka and when I first met Meek, I didn't like them. But I realized I didn't like them because they reminded me of me.
Right.
And I hated to see 24-year-old me at fucking 38. I was like, fuck them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I was like, they're too wild. Like,
Do you think though that today that we totally acted different though? We treated like I was excited to meet LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
the difference now.
It's like they only excited to meet. You think they're just excited to meet the people that?
Yeah, they're excited. Kind of. You know, I mean, it kind of consists of the fact that, you know, we are old niggas, regardless of what we want to, you know, we looking good. We looking good. But reality is...
It's a young man's
and
game.
then so many other people, like Kanye is actually older than me. But Kanye came out later than me. Came out in that type of generation. So they look at Kanye like he's 20 years younger than me. And they look at me like I'm 900. Because I came out in 1997. They heard me in 97, so they're like, what?
You know what I think they need to understand? They should try to understand is that we don't have to care.
Right. That's where it's at.
We could take our money and just go chill on a boat somewhere and be like, we got ours. Fuck y'all. Stay in the trenches. You know what I mean?
Because I don't think it's a young man's game.
I think Jay is but
I don't even say it because of that. I'm talking about the way the young people look at it.
It's an evolving man.
It's not a young man. No, but for them, the currency that matters is likes and follows.
Yeah.
Likes and follows.
Social currency.
If this old lady is popping, she's the shit right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not a young man or young lady's game anymore. She's popping, so I want to take a photo with her.
Right.
So that's what matters to them. Yeah, that's what matters.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, that's where we're having a hard time wrapping our heads around that.
Like Lil Duval is the biggest R&B singer out right now.
A comedian, yeah.
This is real shit.
That's amazing.
Every fucking record he dropped, I fuck with.
And props to him for
Black
that.
Men Don't Cheat. Black Men We Don't Cheat. Smile, bitch. And then he got this other shit. I ain't even on this shit, but I look nasty. I'm like, what the fuck? People are making nasty videos. They got Deontay Wilder licking a nigga. They got licking a nigga nasty. I'm like, holy shit.
People are open to be entertained in many ways now.
Any way possible.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lil Duval is the biggest R&B singer.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
That nigga's like the new Usher.
Right.
That Lil Duval is the new Usher, man. Let's make some noise, Lil Duval.
But real quick, but back to everything we're talking about, and this is my opinion. I think that what you're doing, and it's about us being comfortable in our skins, and doing what we do, and artfully doing it, and not thinking about what they're thinking about, which is the likes and the follows, is where we're gonna follow that lead.
Right.
We need to be the OGs that we were supposed to be.
Right. We had that conversation a lot where it's like, don't numbers and all that kind of shit. It just never mattered. It can't matter.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter, man.
It never mattered. That's all they think about, though.
I mean, we gotta pay bills and we gotta pay attention to all that shit.
Listen,
we gotta understand that shit.
It just happens, though.
Yeah.
I got like, you know, friends, you know, people that I do, like, you know, I do things for, you know, and they'll still be like, yo, can you follow me on the gram? Like, you just asked me for,
Just ask me for $10,000.
Hey, you want me to follow you on the gram?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Right.
This is a fucked up world we living in, yo. Like this is
It's
fucked up.
currency. It literally is
Just
currency.
think about
right
it.
now.
Like
when you think about it in that way,
Yeah.
that's their currency.
It's
yo,
currency.
yo, listen. That's what
But
they.
how the fuck do they even make it?
But we can't see it that way coming from where we come from.
Because you know why? We was taught to just move away from the cameras.
Right.
We were taught not like if you really know people from our era, like the first 5 minutes of them being on camera, it's uncomfortable. Like they technically be looking like this. Like anybody that's really from like the 90s, that's really they're like the first 5 seconds of them walking into something, look, pay attention. They'll look at their head down because everything that they were taught said this is the opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we're legal now, so that it only takes 5 minutes. So that 6th minute, you like, yo, motherfucker, you gotta get in here, you gotta do your job. But that first 5 minutes, that's why I know Meek is a real nigga. That's because if you look at Meek's interviews, like his first few, like this. It's because he comes from that like stay away from this shit, and as opposed to this, like I said, there's people that do things for people will ask me for a favor. People will ask me to do this or ask me can they come over here and I'll do it and I'll take a picture with them and then they'll say, well, can you follow me on the gram? And I'm like, damn, my dude, like I follow you in real life.
Right.
Like in real life.
You just called
You
me.
should just give him a high five.
You've been
Like,
in my
high five,
house.
follow.
Like, we had drinks in my kitchen.
When you have that argument
why
with
the
people,
fuck
that always bothered me.
Right.
It's like, you don't like this, you don't do this, you don't do this. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
you got my phone number.
This my favorite one. You don't even follow me on the gram.
like you deliberately not following you.
Yeah.
Like I open up my phone and say, I'm not following this nigga.
How the fuck I
Like
get in the
no,
hot seat?
nigga, I just ain't
proof
get
of you not liking each other.
I just ain't get around to it.
They
Like,
don't,
you
I
know,
don't think you're not even gonna see the message. I ain't gonna even see your message.
One of my homies, two of my homies was arguing one day about me on my gram. They was like, about me. They was like, you know, he said, you know the homie see you. He said, nah, I don't think the homie see you. Got so much followers. He said, yo, nah, but you know, he got to see my name though. He said, listen, man, the homie, you know, he got so, and I did see it.
It's going on in your comments?
It's in my comments. These niggas had a 12-day conversation. Like, yo, I'm looking like, damn, niggas, now I'm not answering. You know, because I wanted to do the little heart. Like, you know, hi.
Like emojis?
I'm watching, like, you know, when they talking, like, I listen, I watch it, I say, you know what, let them niggas just fight it out.
I'll tell you another thing. I learned the hard way that following certain women on the gram is cheating.
Oh, yeah. And liking pictures.
I didn't realize I was straight up fornication.
I didn't know that. Wait a minute.
No, I learned that too.
Be careful who you follow, brother.
Okay. No, I knew
Be
that.
careful who you follow. And don't like a picture.
No,
If you
liking
like
this
a
weird.
picture, like a divorce.
That means you already cocking. You cocking it. You like the picture.
Liking is
You
weird.
just got like
Yeah.
You might as well get caught with your dick in the pussy.
Yeah, like I didn't know that's like the new form of cheating. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah,
First
man.
off, I didn't know how to DM, and then I didn't. And
You
then
didn't know how to DM?
No, I didn't know how to DM. And
I didn't
then-
even know it was a whole nother.
That's a whole other platform.
I didn't even know it was another DM in the DM.
What?
What? In the DM is another
It's like
DM?
general, and then it's primary.
Oh yeah, now they got multiple
It's a
DM
whole
shit.
different
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I
the
didn't
new
even know
shit.
that.
I don't
I
even
wouldn't
get
know
that
because I don't
shit.
go in the DMs.
Well, I found out
Every now and then, because it'll be an artist that will hit me, or be a football player that'll be like, "Yo," and so every now and then I had to learn how to do that because someone would see me in the club. And they'll be like a real, like, ill, they're like, yo, I get a DM. And I'm like, oh, word? And I'm like, fuck, how do I do this? And I'm like, the one thing you don't want to do is ask your wife, how do you work the DMs? Because it's like,
let me show you.
it's like, so I just figure it out. Like, I was like, just in case of some accident, I don't want to, I don't know. Like, listen, I ain't acting on it, but every now and then, you want to look and say, all right, cool, it's still on me. It's still on me. I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Make some noise for that. No, but social media, like, I always imagine Tupac with a Twitter.
Oh, man.
Like, oh, man, it would have
He
been
would
way
have
more
gone
than
hell on Twitter.
It would have been way more than the East Coast, West Coast beef.
I think he would have
It would've
hated
been
Instagram, though.
Huh?
I think he would have hated Instagram.
I think Pun would have destroyed Instagram.
He would have comedic.
I think
he would have killed it. He would have been the meme killer.
I think Biggie Smalls would have been the Thriller King. TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see that.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Biggie was one of the most funniest people ever.
No, hilarious.
Biggie,
I just don't see him doing TikTok.
Pun was, Big was like, no, hold on, let me relax. Big was was fun because he was the first one. Like he was the first one I ever seen it. So I felt like Pun took all the Biggie shit and took it and perfected it. Like Pun would really have water gun fights. Yeah. But I'm talking about zero below in the morning. Like
Pun was
like listen to me. This is one of the fucking worst shit I ever seen. They was running trails with these bitches. And,
we won't define that.
Hey man. It's running trips with these bitches. This was on 32nd or 23rd Street, like by Chelsea Diner. And I don't know why they wanted to do this, but this is how it was in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So Pun sends his two boys to fill up the super squirter. But it's zero below outside, bro. Mm-hmm. This was the Sprinter vans before they was some Sprinter vans. Mm-hmm. We was calling it a Vantastic, right? So they jump off with the two girls, and Pun sends his guys to load up the super squirter. But for some reason, I go out to smoke a cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes then. And I see them loading up the super squirter. The problem was they were loading up the super squirter with the snow slush. Foul. You know, I imagine there was some yellow snow somewhere.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't visually see it. But so I looked, and this is when I knew I was officially a foul nigga. Because I was smoking a cigarette and I seen the girls coming out. I could have fully warned these bitches. And then like, go the other way. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to see how this was going to play out. So I looked, and everything, I heard my mama telling me, boy, tell them girls to go the other way. And I was like, but mom, let me just see this. And I stood there and I was looking at cigarette. And they didn't even talk to each other, Pun and them. They just looked at each other. And the chicks came out and they squirted her. And I'm telling you, it was so cold that her shit got icicles.
Like her eyelashes?
Her eyelashes, because they hit her with the... Damn. And I was like, oh, and then she following around them. Like, I got this shit on tape. It's terrible. Like, it's terrible. It's the What documentary.
So you forgot to mention that you were videotaping.
Oh, yes, I totally forgot that part. I told you I saw it.
That was part of the whole process. His mama and videotape.
I wasn't proud of it.
That videotape was the reason you did.
Yeah, I wasn't proud of it. But that's the shit that we used to do in the 90s. Like, the 90s was just a totally different era. No one was telling.
Yeah.
This was none of this. Do you think a person like Tekashi 6ix9ine would exist in this game now?
I always think that.
Back then?
No, back then.
And now,
okay.
I don't know if they would have been able to.
No, but I mean,
if Pac and them was around, you saying?
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest, and I think me and EFN has admitted to this a couple of times, not once. I think it's our fault, not him per se.
No,
not him per se, but. Like I said earlier, like I didn't really reach out to a lot of the young dudes. I really just didn't because for a long time, the older people in the hip hop, at first they really didn't accept me.
Yeah, they didn't embrace us like that.
Yeah, because
they didn't embrace us like that.
The older, the Melly Mel's, the Grandmaster Flashes. Yeah. At first, and now that I'm not in their position, but now that I'm older, I see like. I like with Griselda the other day. Yeah. We want them to get on, but it's not like I gave them a trial period. But I wanted to make sure they was going to be here.
Hell yeah.
And once they was there, I feel like Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc. I feel like all of them kind of gave me that too. They kind of was like, all right, homeboy, you got a great album. War Report is good. Boom. Oh, you came back with N.O.R.E. Oh, what? That's something different. But they made me, and then once I said, yo, I'm here. Then they embraced me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt like this whack. Let me tell you why. I feel like you should embrace everybody from the beginning.
Yes.
Right. And I feel like it's opposite. I feel like we should embrace everyone from the beginning, and then those person get their way out of that circle. Yep. They earn their way out of the circle, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm gonna keep you out of the circle until you deserve yourself in.
And they'll make way less mistakes.
Because you know what, I took on that thing, and I would look at certain artists, and even Drink Champs to a certain extent. This is only for people who've been here 10 years. So even this to a certain extent, it's like, we have to bend certain rules. We have to. Like, if a person's here for 7 years and you putting in that work, and I know you're gonna be here. If you're here for 5 years, you put in that work, I know you're gonna be here. Fuck it, you gotta, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I think there's,
but
I think it was our fault.
I think the reason why I said it's our fault is that when we grew up, and say in the 90s era, early 90s, we wasn't like I didn't grow up in Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel era.
Yeah.
We didn't dress like them. Actually, that didn't
But
even
we
look
grew up
cool.
in the Kane era.
No, but I'm saying, but that, and even then, but what I'm trying to say is the era that we were listening to was bigging them up, and so we took them and said, if you say that this is the way, then this is our pioneers, and we gotta respect this.
We always respected our OGs. We always,
And so when I said that what our generation did, and I say I'm not saying that I did this, because as a DJ, I definitely didn't do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying at totality.
Yeah, totality.
We did not do the same thing for the younger generation coming after us. We didn't say, hey guys, we're gonna big these people up so much that you're gonna have to automatically say, of course these are our pioneers. Of course these are the people we should look up to. We stopped because this is when hip hop started making money.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be YGs forever.
Yeah.
Right.
We wanted to be popping bottles in the club, and we were like, we don't care about people before us.
And we were looking at each other as competition.
Yeah.
Right.
And we was looking at the youngins like competition back then, you know, and me getting drunk every day.
But it's a financial thing too.
Yeah,
I'm not
putting things in perspective.
Yeah.
I'm just on the chase.
Yeah.
I'm on the chase and I'm figuring things out as I go. Now that I get to this place, it's like, fuck.
Right.
Damn, it never was about that. It never was about that. It never was about being a tough guy. It never was about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you able to put things into perspective. Once you get to that place, you got to apply that shit. You got to apply it. You know what I mean?
And sorry to cut you out, but the difference is, I feel today, is that people respect the dollar, what people made in this industry. Where I feel like our generation respected what you did for the culture.
Yeah.
We
And
still
that's the
remember how a
difference.
song felt. We
Right.
still remember all of that.
Right. Like you didn't have to make a goddamn dollar, but if I knew that you were important to the culture, you were the richest person in the world in my mind. You know?
Y'all seen that Mexican kid that rhymed on LA Leakers?
What's his name?
I don't know. Mexican kid on LA Leakers.
That's his name?
Google
Mexican
him.
kid?
Oh, he is hard.
What's his name?
I don't know him. It says
I think I know what
Mexican
you're
kid
talking about. He went
going viral. He's from Tijuana. And
He's
man.
straight up Mexican then.
Yeah, but he don't look it like he look like he's Wolverine. Like he don't like I'm talking about his bars, like I don't know. Let me see, play it. Let me see his face. He's on the LA Leakers. Cause I was on your long hair, yeah. He like I told you, look at the wolf.
What's his name?
Let me see. Yeah, play
That
that
sound?
shit. Oh man, he killed it. Cause I'm watching your LA Leakers shit, and then he popped up right after that. And I'm like, cause I'm looking like, hold on, man. He like, boom, and then he starts spitting. Holy shit. Hip hop is different, man. But yeah, we fucked up, man. We was what the fuck is that? Oh, okay.
Yo, relax. Leave my
I
michelada
think a
alone.
lot of people I feel like some people may have been, they might not be able to embrace the newer generation because they feel like they shit might be running out, or they might have been a little scared to to pass that along or pass that knowledge.
I'll tell you the truth. I think it's deeper than rap. I think it's actually the neighborhoods. Like if you realize, and again, this is allegedly, because I don't know technically, but if you look like Chicago, I remember Chicago was safe. It was still dangerous for people in Chicago, but it was safe because all the OGs had everything in control. I remember going to Capiti Green, 2:30, 3 o'clock at night, and niggas like, N.O.R.E, you're good. I'm hearing shots, and they like, them shots is going over there. You good. You stay right here.
Right.
I remember that. But then there was a time where they took all the OGs away. And this is when Chicago, to me, this is allegedly, this is no pure facts. This is just what I see. Since the OGs, since the Larry Hoover, since these people took away, since these, I don't want to keep naming people,
for sure.
since they got took away, Chicago's the wildest place on earth. If not one of the wildest. But I'm telling you that for me, I'm not saying this is facts, but when I seen the OGs there, I felt safer.
Right.
It was an order. Like people wasn't just doing nothing. Now it feels like the Wild Wild West. I could be wrong.
But what you're saying happened on the street level, I feel like hip hop did itself. We took ourselves out of the equation.
But that's my point. My point was we followed the streets. I'm saying hip hop.
But the streets, people got locked up.
Yeah.
The system took them out of the streets.
Yeah, but
hip hop, we just
got
said,
what he said.
we
got
stopped.
locked up too. But it's what Porter just said. It's we got locked up in the mind. The dude was like, you know what? This, if I help this little dude, then they might start fucking with him.
Yeah. I feel like some people might have had that.
Right.
And of course, the younger generation, we might have felt like that plenty of times when we walked in and people was more scared of what you could do. Your talent.
Right.
Of course, you scare people when you're that good, that fast.
Because that's what it's about. Collaboration is about me giving you my fans, you giving me your fans.
That's the way we remember.
And we can't deny the industry side of it, like the machine that doesn't care about culture, doesn't care about what's going on. They're just like, we just want to make money.
It's an investment.
And so they don't care. So whatever they think is a fad, they're gonna go ahead and replicate it and then keep it moving, you know?
Yeah, and then they spend marketing dollars to market that to you.
Right.
This is the kind of record you need to be making. So all of the youngins coming up, just all they got to do is watch TV, and they just want to be that.
I heard you say that when you got to Sony. When you got to Sony, that you hired a stylist, you had a grinded Rhinestone dude.
Right.
So that wasn't your idea?
No.
Okay, you remember the stylist's name?
I remember her name, but I don't want to say
Okay.
cool. I don't want to say her name, but because she was a good stylist.
Okay.
She was a good stylist. It's just the things that she was pulling wasn't me. You know what I mean?
You think everyone has a shiny suit moment in hip hop? Everyone?
Today?
Huh?
Today?
I'm talking about like us, like our generation.
Yeah.
I think you're correct. I think you're correct.
Because when we come into the game, we're accepting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we don't really know exactly what I didn't even know how to make albums.
Right.
So, of course I was willing to try some shit.
Right.
Because at that moment I just thought I wanted to be famous.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, everything is trial and error. So you willing to try some things. You don't want to be looked at as hard to work with. You don't want to be looked at as all these things, which I ended up being called all of those things anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I had a Newport chain, and I used to go on the elevators, and white ladies just look at me and be like, "What the fuck?" Did anybody look at you crazy for having a goat? Because
man, not just white people looked at you, man. Everybody looks at you crazy. That was a crazy ass shame, bro. Come on, man.
Fair enough. But in retrospect, because goat is like really something that's synonymous with our culture. Like I don't see other people saying goat and really like. So you have a goat fucking ring. You ever been on a plane and somebody just looked at you and said, "Nigga"?
I haven't worn it on the plane yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't worn it on the plane yet, but it attracts a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. It attracts a lot of attention. That's why I don't really wear it that much. I mean, I had it on pretty much every day for my press run for all intents and purposes, but I don't really wear it like that, man. Because whenever I wear it, somebody asks me something.
What made you get it?
I wanted to pay my respects to all the goats. I wanted to pay my respects to all the goats, and I also I think the world of myself lyrically, and I want to show the younger generation that you should think the world of yourself. So
But
I believe in the law.
You are saying you are a goat.
I'm saying that I'm in the conversation now.
God damn it! Let's say you are saying you are a goat. I listened to your album. I wanted you to I wanted to catch a slip up. I wanted to catch like you untight with a vocal or being lazy somewhere, and you really took your motherfucking time. Am I correct with that? Like you
always.
Really, damn, always.
I mean, not when I was drinking.
Okay, all right, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I listened to the whole Melvin Flint album. I had to do the whole shit over. I did it all drunk. I wasted about 800.
That's I'm telling you, my nigga. That's classic though. That's what makes it classic. I'm telling you, man. You go back and you fix all that shit. It's too clean. Yeah. It's not the same.
No, to this day, I won't fucking drink while I lay vocals because it's a waste of fucking time. Like,
you notice a difference though?
No, I always slur. Like even if no one else can't catch it,
right?
I listen to myself and be like, "Fuck." Because
you're thinking more now.
Yeah.
Thinking
so
more. Back then, it was more of a feel.
Yeah. So like, I did a record with Missy Elliott on Melvin Flint album, Crazy Dogged Out, and I forget what we did. I don't know if it was Missy Peoples I was drinking with, but I got drunk as shit, and I just laid whatever the fuck was up. And then Missy laid her shit, and I always knew I should have changed my verse, bro. I always knew, but I felt like, damn, we did it like in the same vicinity. And if I do it, I'm gonna be labeled a sucker. This is a girl too. She might just really just blow it up and be like, this nigga changed his shit. So I just left it, but I always regretted that.
She smoked you.
I believe she smoked me, bro. Yeah. I believe it, bro. And I had 2 verses too. That's to make it worse.
Missy was smoking everybody.
Yeah, Missy was smoking shit.
Smoking everybody.
Yeah. And I paid her for it too. I paid her to smoke me.
Yeah.
God damn it, Missy. But I always knew, and I quiver with that. And since then, I had never recorded drunk again. Like, I mean, I have recorded drunk, but that record has never came out. I mean, like that version of me being drunk.
What about Body in the Trunk with Nas?
Oh no, Body in the Trunk was sober as shit.
Y'all was sober on that?
Sober as fuck.
Nas was too?
No, I mean, we were smoking. Like,
Okay,
when I say sober, I mean not drinking.
Right.
To me, this is my cigarette. You know, instead of smoking a cigarette. But yeah, that was a sober session and shit. Yeah, I spoke to Nas the other day. I think he's in LA. Living his best life out there, Bahamas, all type of shit, man. Goddamn, make some
noise for that.
But you know, that like when I hear you guys speak about him and see the normality, I don't know if that's a word, but you know, the normalism of it, it always because like when I speak to Jay or I speak to Nas, like I always would say, like, I always would fuck with them, like ask them some normal shit, like just to see if they know. And it's always crazy. Like, you know, I spoke to Jay the other day, and I was just like, I didn't realize it was the day Pop Smoke died. So I was like, yo, you know, be safe, and you know what I mean. And then he was just like, yo, man, the kid was only 20 years old. And I was just saying a generic, just be safe. Like, and he was like, the kid was only 20 years old. And I was just like, damn. He really fucking knows. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If I was with James, I wouldn't be thinking about none of you niggas. I'm just throwing that out there, my nigga. Y'all niggas never thought about it. Let me tell you something. You foul, man. You foul. Let me tell you something. You wouldn't even understand the level of Hollywood, my dude. Like, yo, did you see Kanye just now? Kanye went to Sunday service in Paris, and he had a dude with an umbrella for his sneakers. Oh, my God, that was hard.
What?
That was hard. He had a dude with an umbrella just for his sneakers.
What you mean for a sneaker?
All right, look. Like, he had other security, right? He had other security out there as he was walking out, right? But so he's getting out the joint. So it looks like, if you look, it looks like he's just holding an umbrella. But he had other people there. If you look at the wide angle, there's other people there. So it looks like this guy just, he steps out the car, and as the one sneaker comes out, the umbrella comes for the sneaker.
Oh, right, okay.
I never saw that before. I said, oh, shit.
I think we should make some noise.
And and this is how you know I'm a petty motherfucker. I was spending a half an hour trying to figure out what the fuck sneaker is that, because it's not out. It's not out. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I don't know how we got here. How did we get here?
I don't know. Until the battery came back, you were on the
You
sneaker.
saw how normal it.
How normal, like, yeah, because like
You were admitting to being Hollywood if you became a billionaire.
Yeah,
Ultra
let me get back to that. Let me just tell you something. You know the king of Zamunda? You know that? Like,
That would be King Johnson.
Who's this guy you took pictures with recently?
Ooh.
The king of some fucking mundo. Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, man. I saw you pictures all over that fucking gram. Who? He's from Miami. He said he's a prince of some place in Africa.
For real? I'll take him pictures with
Yeah,
Prince. Just that drunk shit. I forgot. Nigga, I'm supposed to have his phone number or something.
I thought he was the dude that Jada was talking about, or what these guys were talking about. Never mind.
Jeez. So you guys don't miss doing drugs at all?
Great segue. Don't clap for that, you assholes.
No. I'm sorry.
Bunch of druggies.
No, man. Listen, man. To each his own. Because see, me, I believe it's about the person. Like, you know, it's about the person. Like, I've known a person named Keith who 5 years went crazy, then 5 years would go to the Army. Then come back, 2 years would be out here, then 2 more years go to the Army. So, like, I knew people who knew how to really, really control it. So, but then I knew people who could. And I know people who still out there. So what was the moment where it was like, yo, this is it for me? What was your rock? Is it rock bottom that you have to hit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think in order to truly get yourself prepared to go into sobriety and work the steps and work the shit, you got to be over it. You got to be tired of it. You know, like, and to me, so many different things happened to me as a result of just being drunk all the time.
Right.
And I made so many bad decisions, you know what I mean? Like, hurt people, you know what I mean? Like, just everything bad in my life, just, you know,
Fucked a
the
couple
common
fat bitches.
denominator was always alcohol.
Fucked a couple fat bitches.
Huh?
Fucked a couple fat bitches on Patron.
I mean, that was
just
easy.
feel
That's
like-
easy,
I feel like
probably.
I feel like you
No,
ran a couple
not
fat
really.
bitches red lights.
No.
He kept the standards.
He kept the weight limit? Come on, guy. You didn't hit rock bottom yet.
And this is in no way any shot to what do you call it? Plus size women, I'm sorry. I was about to
Beautiful
say,
plus size women.
I was about to say oversized women.
That was gonna go bad.
What the fuck? That would have been so bad.
All is great for the.
This is in no way any type of shot to plus size women. I don't think I've ever really done that like that, but I mean, it was way deeper than that. You know, like I got into a car accident. My first.
Hold on, let's keep it light right now. Fucked a couple ugly bitches though. We all fucked some ugly bitches, bro. We all smashed some shit. Woke up in the morning and was like, no.
I think that was like part of being a rapper.
What?
Coming from the 90s.
You
know, we just did as the Romans do. We just came in.
We did while we could.
You know, we just
Was
came.
you ever a wingman for anybody? I'm not gonna lie. Let me say something.
He sound like
20 years ago.
His face is
20
hilarious.
years ago, not recently. Capone was the best wingman in the game. He'll take the ugly.
Who was down with anything, though?
He'll take the ugly friend, no problem. Like, you know, you got the bad one, and she got the ugly
He
friend.
don't see it that way.
That look like a
He
microphone.
sees it way different.
Like, you look at home, you look at all your other friends. You be like, yo, I got Kimberly. Is Sydney with her? Yeah, Sydney with her. Nah, nigga, I ain't going. Yo, I got Kimberly. Sydney with her? Nah, nigga, I ain't going. Home. I got Kimberly. All right, nigga, I'll take Sydney. I'll take Sydney down. All right, nigga. He'll take anything down.
My whole career.
Greatest wingman in the game.
My whole career, I've been with my wife the whole time. You know what I mean? So my whole drink, while I was drinking, that whole process was just a struggle to try to stay faithful.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I never was the wingman.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
Was you a wingman or been winged?
I definitely been a wingman for sure.
You been a wingman?
Yeah.
Don't tell me for M. Don't tell me you was a wingman for
No,
M.
but you know what? I do know. Yeah, no.
He's a wingman for proof, I bet.
I definitely put proof. Definitely a wingman for proof.
That nigga proof game. He did not play, boy.
yeah.
Me and proof grab some chicks on the dance floor. We be dancing and shit.
I've been a wingman a couple of times. Have you been a wingman, EFN? You?
Fuck no.
I'm not gonna lie.
If you were a drunk night, you might have been wingman.
You and Eddie together,
You might
y'all
be
seem a little wingish.
Nah,
That seem
Eddie's, me and Eddie are not hanging out together in that way. Nah.
Yeah, I know. Huh? Crave days?
The fuck you acting like you, the devil that knows? This guy looked at me side, the grave days, the grave days. What the fuck are you, dude? Who are you, bro? The grave days.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
No.
What's your favorite part about the game?
This,
What?
just seeing, when we first started working together, one thing I wanted to do was hear people mention him as the best.
God
I think
damn.
I don't know if we said it, but it was like one of the things that I was like, yeah, I want people to know what I know about you, you know? And I think the growth and watching that growth and watching it happen. See, being a producer, you ain't just producing music. Sometimes you're producing people.
Yeah.
You're producing character and trying to, because when he went through, that's what made me be like, all right, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do it. It made me chill the fuck out.
It seemed like all of y'all unit got tight after that. Like M, you, even like y'all tell me if this is straight. Like around that time, Dr. Dre made everyone go to the studio. I mean to the gym. I heard he made the engineers. I heard he made the interns.
Oh, he definitely he had everybody on that. Yeah,
right.
They was all on it when everybody that was there.
Right.
You know, but.
And it felt like M did somewhat the same thing with you guys.
Like,
with the
he
sober
didn't
list.
he didn't force nobody to do because it was his battle.
Okay. So if M's still in the studio, is people still smoking around or no? That's cut out?
Nah, he just. I mean, Slaughterhouse at one point was a couple times, but he wasn't at the studio all the time.
He used to let us use the studio sometimes. This is before I had my studio.
Who's smoking Slaughterhouse? Cookie?
Crook smoked cigars. Crook smoked cigars. No, nobody was smoking. Joe smoked cigarettes back then. I'm not even sure if he smoked cigarettes now.
It was like
but it was just a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We used to use his studio, and he'd come in the next morning, and it'd just be bottles and shit all over the place. He didn't care though. He didn't care about that.
Is that a trigger for any of y'all? Like when y'all see, like
not for me, but I could see where that could be problematic for somebody else.
Why?
I just prefer. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. I just prefer everybody to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because if if you get like when we worked on the last Slaughterhouse album and I first got sober, the one that didn't come out, I used to be in the studio. Niggas used to be hiding bottles and shit like that. That's worse.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like I'm being handled.
Now you treat me like an addict.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I just want everybody to be themselves. Whatever you need to do to get in your element, please do that, man. Because it's not like if you hungry and you smell some steak being cooked. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. It's way more mental than that. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you're not really defeating. I don't think you're really beating your addiction if you hiding from it.
Right. No, it allows you to keep exercising what you're already doing.
It was
when I first started smoking cigarettes, people would walk away from me when they smoked a cigarette. I was like, I said the guy outside of Houston is not gonna walk away from me.
Right.
He's gonna just smoke a cigarette in front of me, so just might as well.
Right.
Except for my friend Sonny DBT, he smoked feet cigarettes.
Feet cigarettes.
Yeah,
feet cigarettes.
Smell like pneumonia feet and sandpaper. It's terrible.
What kind of?
What are the Marlboro lights and shit?
It's toenail lights.
American spirits. Oh god.
American spirits.
What the fuck is that, bro?
Let me tell you something.
I've only seen that in the magazine.
Yeah. Show me your
I've never
cigarette.
seen that in the
Show me your cigarette. So let me tell you something about.
The one with the Indian man on the front?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I know, they still...
Let me tell you something about.
Man.
They make those?
Let me tell you something about
Man,
those
where
cigarettes.
you even find
Listen, let me just tell you something.
Oh, man.
He's Russian. They say if this was a person, this is if I don't give a fuck about my life as a cigarette. Right there, that shit right there. That shit smell. That shit overpower a cigar. You smoke a cigar, that shit smell like fucking bus smoke. Shit is horrible, my guy. So you guys don't miss it getting high. That's good. That's great. Let's make some noise for that.
I don't miss it.
And you have a girl?
No.
So you out there still?
I mean, you can have people in your life, but it's like trying to figure it out.
So is that like a thing?
I haven't done what I wanted to do with my life yet. I'm not there. So it's like, what can I offer you if I'm not happy?
Jesus.
That's deep.
I can love you. I can work with you. You can ride with me through the journey, but then the same thing as being an artist is the destination. Family is the destination. So until I can provide that and give you that, I can't give you that if I ain't happy.
So you strapping up.
Straight.
Strap it up. Strap it up. Strap it up. You know niggas out here going raw.
Please.
Coronavirus. Without the coronavirus. Niggas going raw without the coronas, nigga.
They just drink.
He didn't even drink Corona no more, nigga.
No, relax, buddy.
You know
Solid Corona beer, bro.
Niggas stop drinking Corona. You notice that?
Drink Corona beer, guys.
That's another reason why I'm faithful, man. Like, I wish I would be caught dead using a goddamn condom. I'm a grown-ass man, dog.
I ain't gonna lie, your condoms just stink. They just stink. They just stink. Condoms just stink. I mean, since the last time
I thought you said
one.
your condoms stink.
No.
I was like, where did this come?
Hey, you don't want to go to your condoms with you and Charlie, okay?
Tell the story.
Me and his friend used the condom together.
No, that's not true. This guy makes up his own story.
She had a condom.
What are you talking about?
They didn't even have Charlie in the equation, though.
It wasn't Charlie who was
Nah, there was some weird.
Charlie was there. Charlie tried to build
It was a stranger?
We're not gonna go down this path.
Him and his friends both used the same condom. Bottom line.
No, but listen, bro, you was hanging out there too.
Yo, man, I'm stuck.
What happened was somebody left the room and somebody else picked up some joint off the ground
Already used.
and went to town. That's what happened. There wasn't no Charlie. There wasn't nobody else. Don't let him remix it. And we
That's the remix, nigga. You
that
like my version
motherfucker
better.
did that? That motherfucker? He's fucked up.
All right, so you wasn't second. That's all. You wasn't.
Hell no.
We're not sure.
Don't play yourself, dog. Nah, hell no. One second. I walked out, and then I heard some other shit happen.
We already said, yo, good looking, homie, for giving me your used joint. Like he took his shit off and handed it to him like that.
Nah.
Fucking around.
Yeah, he high five N.O.R.E like, thank you. And N.O.R.E's like, it wasn't mine, but cool.
So when I found out, they said, yo, you know they share a condom. I said, whoa. I wasn't used to that Miami shit at that time. I said, these Miami niggas is different.
Nah, N.O.R.E was like, at least they use condoms.
Maybe. But, hey, man, let's make some noise for EFN using condom with his home.
No claps made here.
Yeah,
I'm happy you still here with us.
Yo, but every year there's the measles, there's the mumps, there's all this shit.
The measles and the mumps.
He said,
I thought you was naming gangs. Yo, the measles and the mumps is beefing right now.
You know, it's something.
You got polio.
You got shit that just pop up. What was the other shit?
SARS.
So you trying to say
And what's the shit? What's in chicken? What's the shit in chicken?
the SARS? Oh no, that's bird flu. The bird flu.
You talking about all of these new viruses that have been patented by the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and right now you go on Amazon, you can't even buy the shit.
No, they ain't got no more.
You can't buy the
face
mask?
mask that they be having on. They can't. You can't even buy that joint.
So where do you get them?
Tyrese's house. I think Tyrese, he's the only nigga I seen left. He the only black nigga one.
My nigga said Tyrese.
I think Tyrese bought them all. Big him about his mother. But you think that we are in scare, and they purposely putting us in scare, or this is something that's 1,000,000% real?
You speaking about the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Particular? In particular?
Yeah.
I believe it's something that came from Asia.
Right.
I believe that.
They say that somebody bit a bat, and that's how it came. But Ozzy bit a bat. Ozzy Osbourne bit a bat.
Nah, he bit a fake bat. He bit a fake bat. He bit a fake bat. It was always fake.
I'm gonna be honest.
It wasn't never real?
Nah, man.
real.
Oh, shit.
Listen, Ozzy Osbourne's the OG.
It was never real, bro.
That was real.
Nah.
I'll tell you this.
If you believe that was real, bro. Oh, and Dominican Republic, stop it, bro.
Yeah. Dominican Republic, y'all didn't even have K-Wet and
I
stuff.
thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No, he did it one time, but not every fucking show. Yeah, no.
It was alive though when he did it.
Oh man, I don't know.
I believe in both though. I believe that a virus can come here from another country, but I also believe in population control too. I believe in both.
And niggas is fucking animals too. I think it's certain
And you
niggas.
can believe in the media fucking it up,
I mean, but
and
listen,
the doctors fucking it up.
we can. The fucked up thing is this to me. Every year we had something, right? Every year was something new popped up.
Yeah.
That's crying wolf.
Right.
When the real shit happen, ain't nobody gonna be ready.
You know why I think this is the real shit happening? Because Trump is saying this is not the real shit. So that shit scares the shit out of me.
He turned around today.
But
He turned around
Today or yesterday?
And he said, oh, he
No,
fucked
because the
up.
first death in America happened.
Oh, yeah, in D.C., right?
And then he came back and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's real."
Not the state, not Washington, D.C.? Seattle and all that. Whoa. They got the best butt out there.
Well, I'm gonna take it as, we don't know. If once people start dropping and shit like that, I'd rather be ready than not.
If Bernie Sanders get it, we finish.
I don't know why people think that. Why we think that?
I don't think he'll get a cold right now. Bernie Sanders, this is my man.
You saying if he get? Oh, you saying if he get the fucking?
Oh, he
I thought you said if
he get bird flu, nigga. We fucked up.
You fuck with Bernie?
Yeah, let me tell you something.
You fuck with Bernie?
This is why I'm fucking with Bernie.
You endorsing him?
Let me tell you why I'm fucking with Bernie. Let me tell you why I'm endorsing him. Killer Mike is a very close friend of mine. A lot of times I hang out with Killer Mike. We don't post pictures. We don't, we just hang out. The other day, Killer Mike comes to town. He said, "Yo, I want to get some weed. I want to buy some food. I want to drink." We having the best time. I'll come on, the best time. And he knows when I start to drink, I don't want to be political at all. And Because he's a very smart person. So when you're drunk, you don't want to hear no smart shit. So I make it clear, like, Mike, let's relax. Let's dumb it down for me. Yeah. The drunker I get, the less I want to comprehend.
Right.
So, and it's out. We just chilling, we eating. And then I forget how it happens. And he just dead serious. He was like, yo, Bernie's for us. And I was just like, he knew my stance. He knew everything. Mm-hmm. But for the way he said it and how he said it, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking with you. And I'm fucking with him for that. Mm-hmm. But I do look like I think Ant could beat Bernie Sanders in a fight.
Who?
Ant.
Ant. Who?
Ant, stand up, Ant. Come on.
Oh,
Ant, stand up, Ant.
In a fight.
Look at Ant. I think Ant might fuck up Bernie Sanders, man, because the camera's focused on Ant.
Yeah, but that don't matter. That don't matter, man.
I want my president to be able to fight.
Nah.
He said I want him to be able to fight.
Obama, let me tell you something. The way Obama shot a jump shot, you could tell he knew how to throw a right hand. For real, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you saying Bernie a little old?
I think Bernie. I don't know. I'm not sure Bernie can stick with us. I'm damn, y'all niggas harsh. I'm gonna fuck with Bernie. Mm-hmm. I'm sticking with Burn. I'm a Burn. What is it? The Burns? I'm Burn.
Y'all got something to say on that?
You fuck with Bernie?
Like who you fucking with?
Oh yeah, I don't want to get political.
I really feel like, to me, I always feel like it's like the one thing that we doing wrong, and this just, from me watching everything, the one thing you notice about Republicans, they don't give a fuck if a person is a murderer.
Yeah,
they going
as long as they going for they politics,
stick with their party.
They gonna go there. Yeah.
They stick with their party and they stand. What we do is, nah, man, fuck. Well, they done tore down everybody first. Whatchamacallit was winning, then Bernie was winning, Biden was winning.
Then Kamala Harris, then
it's
Cory
like,
Booker.
what we got to do is figure out, it's with everything, anything you want to work, is some kind of unity got to happen, right? And everybody keep on talking about how the black vote is more popular.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That to me is letting me know that how powerful we are. And we need
Mike
to start
Bloomberg is trying to buy our community. Like, this nigga, let me just tell you something. I can't go nowhere in the hood without a Bloomberg ad. Yeah. Right. Like that, it's in the hood.
Well, he's just blowing money because ain't nobody fucking with him.
Yeah. You think that's gonna work?
No.
I ain't gonna lie. Some niggas gonna take some money, though. Like, some niggas gonna...
you say he can't do that, though. He can't pay people to vote for him.
Not to vote for them, but he can pay people to campaign.
Indirectly.
To campaign.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the people Nat Turner was
I
like.
think he's gonna fuck up the Democratic shit.
But what I will tell you about Bloomberg is he fucked up. Stop and frisk, all that shit is foul shit.
But there's a shithead for that shit, man.
He did mad foul shit. But I tell you this, the way you correct foul shit is to do something correct about it.
But you can't do something correct when it's your time to try to get voted.
But the fact that he has a black agenda makes that shit kind of like interesting.
I don't believe that shit.
Well, you can't believe it until he gets in office. You can't. Some of these people can start doing this.
You got none, Royce?
Prior to office.
I think I'm getting high off contact.
Okay, my bad.
So Royce is good.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm sinking down more into my seat.
You're in the political shit. This is my first, really into. You watched Bill Maher?
Do I watch Bill Maher?
Bill Maher?
Yeah. Absolutely not.
No.
Well, he talked about him on his album.
Oh, you don't fuck with
I watched Bill Maher, but I like what he said, though.
I forgave him.
I don't fuck with Bill Maher.
Because of the nigga shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But did you watch the actual show when he did it?
Of course I did.
Okay, I didn't feel like he meant it. I didn't. And you know what it was? Ice Cube checking him.
Mm-hmm. I watched that too.
When Ice Cube,
I love that.
Yeah, when Ice Cube checked him and how he checked him.
Yeah.
I immediately forgave him.
I'm not boycotting
him. You can't forgive him, though, for it.
I mean, I did. I forgave him.
I don't think you just forgive him. Blanket forgive him.
You know what it is? He used the joke how I would use the joke. And that's what it is.
I think
sometimes he was being around brothers. Sometimes, listen, it's a habit, and I don't mean to take up for him. Mm-hmm. But if you hang around your Crip homie, trust me, you will be like, yo, cuz. It's just inevitable. You hang around your blood homie, after a while, you be like, yo, blood. You be like, damn, you can catch yourself.
I feel like
he was hanging out with black people so much.
I feel like Bill Maher is a brilliant man.
Brilliant, yes.
He's a brilliant man, and I feel like he knows better.
Right.
Period.
He knows better.
That's what I think is.
Yeah, I feel like he knows better. I'm not like boycotting him or anything. I just haven't.
I take more offense to Gucci.
I have a desire to get back into the show after I seen him do it.
I take more offense to Gucci.
I ain't watched it since.
I took offense to Gucci as well.
To Gucci than I did with Bill Maher because I kind of don't know him as a person. But I followed, his other shows, and I lead up to here, he's definitely not racist. He's definitely not that guy. He used it in the wrong way, and he used it in the wrong context.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have used it at all.
I never took
He shouldn't have used it at all. But Gucci is a big corporation.
Yeah, I never took it as him being racist.
And remember, Bill Maher was live, too.
Socially irresponsible.
Yeah.
He was live. Bill Maher was live. Gucci is not live. Gucci has to go through a whole bunch of processes.
It was planned out.
That kind of seemed planned out to me, Gucci. Bill Maher, again, it was, and I'm not defending him because he doesn't need me defending him.
I feel you.
But it was live. It was something. He's like, hey, I'm not I'm a house nigga. That's what he said. And it was definitely shouldn't have been said. Definitely was wrong. Definitely was out of content. But I feel like that was live. It was a mistake. Gucci, there's no way you couldn't have known that, having that and what was it, Burberry, I think too? It was like somebody like
I just knew Gucci.
it was like
Montclair.
It was like back to back in the weeks.
Yeah.
And it was Burberry, right? It was Burberry. And this is what I feel. I don't know, I'm off subject. So we all did this boycott Gucci, right?
Not all of us.
Most of us did, right? Then Gucci comes to the hood. He gives $2 million to Representative Gucci gives $2 million to, I believe, a black community. I forget what it was. And Dapper Dan is there, and then now everyone's back rocking Gucci. What is your stance on that?
Cool. Dapper Dan's a legend.
No, not Dapper Dan. We know Dapper Dan. We know that part. Like, that's a legend with Gucci or without
Legend,
Gucci.
for sure.
But the actual situation, because he didn't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about that part of the situation per se to be able to speak about it intelligently. Right. I will say this. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think that something like that, a trigger like that, can be pulled without it being well thought out and it going through proper channels. Right. And I just feel like somebody should have seen it before it came out. Right. And when things like that happen, people need to be held accountable. Right. And it's okay to accept the apology. It's okay to accept the apology and move forward as long as we can move forward in a way that's helpful to everybody. And these things don't just keep repeating themselves.
What would happen if we really controlled our own dollar? Like if we really said, yo, you know what? For the whole month of March, we're only going to wear Mason Margiela. We're only going to wear this, and that. We're only going to buy this type of groceries. We're only going to buy. What if happens if we really controlled our dollar? And I'm not. And let me make it bigger than just black people. Mm-hmm. Let me call it hip hop. I think hip hop has every generation.
I think it'll be that moment that we realize the value that we bring to this country. We'll realize how powerful we are.
That's what the intro you saw from Akon.
Mm-hmm.
But we will also too. To me, I always feel like the boogeyman gonna show his face at that point. Remember Tulsa, Oklahoma? Remember that's why that happened. Because of that unification. Because they unified and they did that.
Like I heard Waka Flocka say the other day. He said if Puffy, Jay-Z, Birdman, and Dr. Dre all was to get a label, there was no one artist would not sign.
It would be no more labels.
It would be no more labels. Like that's
they forget everything.
I mean, we will all sign to them. We will all be like, fuck it, give me an independent deal, give me a major deal, whatever. And this would be us controlling us. Yep. Like, why the fuck that doesn't really happen? Like,
it might.
It goes.
Nobody really say it.
It goes into what I've been kind of saying throughout my whole press run is we just need to start thinking more as a collective,
right,
than as individuals. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z, Puff, Dre, they don't have to be their own entities. Right. You know what I mean? Like. Right. They can also think as collective, just like us as artists need to think more as collective.
Right.
Shit, the same way that Waka is saying that they can form something, shit, me, you, Waka, and Killer Mike can form a label. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, we just need to start thinking about how much more pertinent our movements would be if we started to think about the possibility of us coming together as opposed to us looking at it like we're in competition with each other.
I think what Rocket was saying is like the tops.
Yeah.
And then all of us will fall
we
in.
The tops.
Like right now, you E1, the project's on E1. Big up to Alan. Like I said, I love what Alan is doing with you, and he's a good guy. I seen him the other day. But no one would really sign with that. Like if they had a division, if they had an E1 division with Dre, that people will go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, like I imagine one day where hip hop controlling hip hop. This is the reason why even Drink Champs exists. Is because we want to be the people that, interview the artists, people that been in the locker room with you. Like, I don't have one album. Like, I don't have one hit. I have tremendous. I have a whole bunch. I have real experience. I have catalog. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I still go to other people's shows. Like Freddie Gibbs, the other day was out here. I went to his show, and he tried to get me to come on stage. I was like, "That's not why I'm here, bro. Like, I'm here to support you and watch. And I need to understand why you're the next guy for the next generation. It's because I'm really a fan." I just feel like when we can really, really control, like, that's why I love what everyone else is doing with media, not just us. You know what I'm saying? I salute. You don't get me to beefing with nobody. You don't hear me beefing with nobody. That can't happen because I don't really care. Like, we're not in the competition, and that's one of the reasons why we did the deal what we did. Like, we could have went other places and really, really went outside the culture and really secured futures for us. But we said we'd rather stick with the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's things that, certain companies probably won't let us say. Certain companies probably tell us it's dumb to weed now. Certain companies probably, tell us, don't interview this guy, interview these type of people, you know what I'm saying? And we wanted to stick with the culture. But I'm wondering, when is the culture going to want to stick with the culture?
When the culture going to want to stick
like, when are we going to, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's always got to be an example, man.
Right.
Like, we trend, it's a trendy, we follow the trend. Like, we wanted to wear the gold chains that
Gotta stop doing that, man.
Like, it's gotta
Big
be
Daddy
that
Kane,
thing.
yep.
It don't have to be the top tier of money to do it. You know what I mean? So I think it's got to start with that, because Jay-Z could do it, Dre could do it, they all could do it, but so could we.
Wow, I love the fact that y'all keep saying that.
We got to take those steps.
Right.
So
it don't have to be that way.
So at one point, Dr. Dre gave you advice because you and your wife was it was like 20 years or something, like 20, when he was thinking about getting his wife, then girlfriend, an abortion.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he just told me not to do it. He said he didn't believe in it.
What, an abortion?
Yeah.
Oh no, me neither.
Right. Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm of the thinking now, man. I have as many as possible. You know, I got plenty of babies. I got 5 kids total. And shit, if my wife is with it, I have 5 more. 10 more. I'll keep having them.
God damn, make some noise for that. Nation of Royce the 5'9" out there, God damn it.
Right.
He wants 5'9" with them.
Yeah. How about you? You trying to plant something out there?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you say you wrapping it up?
I have my daughter. She's my goddaughter, but that's my daughter.
Okay.
So I mean, like, and she got 3 little ones. So they like, that's my whole little team.
God damn it. Yeah. So what's next for you, man?
Album,
okay. You gonna produce your own shit too?
Yeah. Well,
of course.
We're gonna do a couple too.
Okay.
Now, we're gonna do some of that heavy lifting.
Okay.
Nah, but this one, the first one, I did everything.
Okay. Y'all both always produced? Or this was something that...
You just learned in the last year.
No,
I know that.
It's incredible what he's doing.
It took a year. That's it.
Wow.
Maybe 6 months.
That's crazy, man.
You like Kobe with the Beethoven shit? You know, Kobe learned Beethoven in 2 weeks.
Did he?
Yeah. No one else saw it.
He learned to play?
Yeah.
In 2 weeks?
Huh? Yeah, just by listening to it. He taught himself.
Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant taught himself Beethoven.
Man, I did not know that.
He probably, he's one of those people who he has the propensity to be able to practice around the clock. Yeah. I love to practice.
Y'all didn't see Kobe's funeral?
No.
Come on, man. Y'all like the only 2 niggas in the world. Y'all ain't see Michael Jordan make another crying man?
Yeah, man. They played the same team shit.
My heart couldn't take it.
I never cried like that. I don't like
crying. I don't like crying.
I never cried like that. But you know what it was? It was just I just couldn't turn away because this is my ghostwriting thing. I actually did a record with Kobe. And I wanted to write his rhymes so bad. Like, if you actually pull up that record that he got, he's biting my style, bro.
For real?
He's trying to sound like me, bro. Listen, I'm just telling you, this is real shit. This is real shit. That's why, like, he went to Trackmasters. I'm saying, like, he's trying to, like, bite me, Nas, and, like, Hov. I forget the joint where he's with a suit on. He's biting my, like, the Iraq. Right. Like, you know how I used to, like, double back.
You had a certain kind of delivery,
so I was so, wanting to write his rhyme. And Kobe looked at me like, Kobe Bryant. I got my own shit. I was like, oh shit. So I went and I watched the shit, and then Michael Jordan comes up. And when Michael Jordan comes up, he goes, I'm gonna be another crying mean for the next 4 years because he's the ugliest crier ever. You ever see? Oh, Michael Jordan cries ugly, bro. Like that's an ugly crier, my dude. Like he cries like he just look. Oh, he look like a piece of shit. Jesus. All right. But yeah, but the Kobe. And it was also another thing that that struck me is he said that Michael went to see Phil Jackson one day, and when he went to see Phil Jackson. The first thing Kobe said is, "Yo, you bring your shoes." Yep. Like he constantly, competitive. Did you feel like that with Renegade with Eminem? Because everyone really says that this is the one time that Jay took a loss with people. Did
I feel like that about our version or their version?
Whichever version you want.
Oh well, when we did our version, we didn't even realize that it had the potential to be that special.
Right.
Y'all had a lot of songs already too.
Yeah, we had a lot of songs already, and I think it's me and Marshall.
So that was Marshall's same verse. The version that was on with you.
Yeah.
And, okay, cool.
But see, me and him, we approached the beat similar, very similar. So we attacked it the same. So take me off. And then have Jay come in and put his verses on there, and he attacks the beat totally different. He lays back, okay. He lays back in the pocket.
Did Jay get to hear his verses first, or you don't know that?
Yeah, he sent him his verses.
Okay.
He sent him his verses, and then when Jay laid his, it became magic.
Right.
It became. It didn't sound like that with me on there.
Like to me, that's a great record. I've never and I get slack for saying this on this. I think Irv came on here. I get slack for saying this. I always look at the record like a great record. I never really looked at like who outshined who.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get that this is a competitive sport.
Yeah.
But I get that there's people that's going to look at it. But it is what it is. But to me, I don't feel like I should get criticism for just looking at a record and saying, all right, look, you see it says paint and fall, right? Yeah. I just look at that art and I say paint and fall, I love it. Yeah. But there's certain individuals that say that paint is perfect.
Yeah.
Right. And there's certain individuals that will say the fall is perfect.
It's all perspective.
To me, that's what I'm saying. To me, I just love the art.
I think the way that they attacked it two totally separate, different ways. Right. So it's hard to compare the two. Right. It almost just boils down to preference. It's what you prefer. Right. What style you prefer. You know what I mean? Jay did it his way. It's not the illest Jay verses you're gonna hear. M did it his way. It's not the illest M verses you're gonna hear, but them together as a marriage and it being on a blueprint too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's special, man.
It's crazy.
Special. It didn't sound like that when it was me and Marshall.
You think it's because Nas put it out there when Nas made Ether? He said, Eminem bodied you on your own shit.
You know that had to have something to do with it.
That's good.
So that put people in perspective.
Yeah. Because that was a classic moment. You know what I mean? So of course that's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love hip hop, man.
And
I'm just thinking about this shit.
Nas said you a stan. You know what I mean? And M coined that phrase. You know what I mean?
Shout out to a hoping scam.
All right, big up Scare. I love hip hop, man.
I do too, man.
God, I love hip hop, man. So what makes you keep going though, Royce? Like, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I got tired of this game at one point. At one point, I didn't want to look at a mic. I didn't want to look at a stage. I just wanted to get so far away. I really had lost it. Like, it took a lot for me to come back. And I remember Pharrell. I remember me calling Pharrell, and Pharrell was like, I don't do hip-hop no more. And me being like, what the fuck are you talking about, motherfucker? You're going to give me a beat. Right. And I didn't know that sometimes you get out of the zone. Like, I didn't know, like, sometimes you just need to go into your own world. Have you ever felt like that?
Nah. I think with me,
you never lost a little bit of love for it?
I never lost any love for it. When I got sober, it just was a reset.
But like, you had a girl cheat on you before.
Have I had a girl cheat on me before?
Like, you know, like when you was growing up.
Yep, in high school.
But come on, hip hop cheated on you. You never felt bad? You don't remember?
How did hip hop cheat on me? What do you mean?
We gave you Kashi 6ix9ine.
No, I never looked at it like that.
I mean, that's cheating on us, bro. He's in our fraternity, regardless if you like it or not.
Man, you know what, bro?
They're not even the same thing, though.
Yeah,
he's in our fraternity. He is a rapper. Like,
my brother, I always felt like whenever I did something, I figured out to make it just my place in hip hop. I carved out my own place. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I never felt like I was on the outside of something that was happening. I just somehow figured out a way to just survive all the different like ways that hip hop evolved and all the different spaces that it was in. Whenever I needed to release some music, I found a way to just make it exist with whatever was happening at the time. And that kind of chase is a little bit fun to me, you know. But when I got sober, it was like I was starting all over because everything that I did drunk was like a thing of the past to me because my approach to the music was totally different because it was like now I'm clicking on all cylinders. So it just gave me a whole new reason to just kind of start over and build my brand from a different. Plus, I had a better understanding of how to build a brand at that point too. So
First, it felt like this would never happen, but I feel like another Slaughterhouse. It might be happening.
another Slaughterhouse album?
Yeah.
Why you feel like that?
Oh, I'm just guessing. I'm just trying.
That's not the cards right
Is
now.
that the card? Y'all won't replace Joe Budden?
No way. That'll never happen.
No.
That'll never happen. That's not possible. Nobody in Slaughterhouse could be replaced, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
You know, like if you replace anybody.
Like YB and Cordo?
I mean, Corday.
Look, you thought about it. Look at that. You thought about it.
Listen, if you put Corday in there instead of somebody else, then it's a whole different group.
It's not Slaughterhouse.
We got to come up with
How
a
about
different
House
name.
Slaughter?
Huh?
House Slaughter.
Okay.
All right, cool. That's good.
Different group.
No, I'm fucking around. But yeah, man, listen, man.
He's reaching him.
man, hip hop is so beautiful, man.
Yeah, it is.
So what's the next transition? Like after this, is it getting in movies? What is it?
I never had a desire to do movies ever. Okay. I never had a desire to act for some reason. I don't know why, because that seems like the obvious next step for most rappers.
Right.
To me, I'm having fun in the production realm.
That's what Chuck D said. I think Chuck D said he didn't want to act.
Yeah, I have no desire to, but I'm, I don't close the door on the
I got all the
possibility.
desire. They ain't hiring me.
Because bro,
No opportunity.
I never know what I'm gonna wake up and want to do. But whatever that is, if I decide to take it on, man, I just put my best foot forward and put in the work and then just try to get good at it. But right now, I know that I'm not much of a multitasker, so once I'm done making albums, my passion is to put it into the next generation, the next group of artists that we're gonna be working with under Heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's my company, Heaven Studios.
Oh, I see that.
So Ashley Sorrell, she's on my album. Y'all heard her on my album. She's like 9 songs in, man. Her shit is
She's ill,
phenomenal, bro. It's phenomenal. And I'm excited for her. I'm excited at the possibilities of what the shit is gonna sound like when it's finished. I'm producing on it as well. I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? He's producing on it, of course. My man B. Jones is producing on it, who's another young producer coming up. Phenomenal. And, I want to be able to give her all of my attention that she needs without, making my own albums and trying to focus on her at the same time. I can't do that.
How about you, Porter? You thinking about acting or anything else?
I think the right now for me is like I never really put my foot into the solo realm. So that's what I'm about to do. But I'm going to change shit what I'm doing. I want people to look at, I feel like what I'm about to do with this record is like make people change their whole perspective on restarting and age, all of that. I'm taking all of that out the way.
Right. So you got the spikes on too.
Yeah.
Taking it back to '88.
I'm literally doing what I want to do.
Like you telling the Warriors to come out and play.
Warriors,
yeah, come out and play.
Ain't no. I don't want it to be looked at as one thing. Like since people mixing it, I feel like Drake sing and rap and all that shit. Like, but he don't do it the way I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna change shit.
I mean, you guys are legendary, man. I want to thank both of you brothers, man, for coming out here, man.
Thank you, man, for
Let's
having
kick in hip hop, man, because I sincerely, like I said, Royce, I really looked at all your interviews, and I was like, damn, this is a great run, man. And I really want to say you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You deserve it because you're doing it the right way. You're being a purist, and you're making grown up fucking raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're making age appropriate music. Like, you ain't sitting there talking about, you know what I mean? Suck my dick, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was when we was 18. God damn it. Like, we can't keep doing that. So, I want to thank you, man. I want to appreciate. But look, we got a couple more minutes, right? Oh, we got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say?
You know what, man? To add on to what we were saying about helping the youngins develop, that's another thing. Like our studio, like Heaven Studios, the studio, we want to turn that shit into like a hub. You know, like if you just think of, let's use Def Jam for an example, right? Paul is over there. Like all of the
Paul
artists
just left, right?
Yeah, he just left. But all of the artists on that roster that's just kind of sitting.
Right.
Imagine if it was just like something we could do where we cut some type of deal with the label. They could just send them. Because I know Proof Son to sign.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal young artists.
Wow.
People like that come through, Young Rock.
Right.
We help develop them. Right. Make sure that they get the records that they need. And by the time we done with them, you know, they totally efficient out here to be able to grow. You know what I mean? It's exactly what you said you want to do. We want to do the same thing. That's why I was saying we should work together.
Yeah, no, I got you. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question?
No, I was saying anything else you wanted to?
I mean, that's where we at. I think that's our narrative. That's what we trying to like, as a team. That's what we trying to do. Right. It's like when you think of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. To me, that's what this is.
Wow.
It's that new version of that.
I need a beat, nigga. Look at the eyes, nigga. Look at the eyes, the tiger in them. Nigga, I need a beat, nigga. Bring me out of retirement. Jesus, man. I believe in y'all. Yeah, man. I know if y'all know, man, our show is about celebrating people's lives and their careers while they're alive. I hate the fact that so many people will say, you know, this is great. These guys were great when we passed away, man. We want to do that now. Like I just seen the image of Pop Smoke, and it's great. You know, big up to the people in Paris who participated in making a hologram image of Pop Smoke. But I tell you what would be ill, like, you know, start doing hologram images of people who are alive. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, nigga, let a nigga feel good while he here. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, nigga, Drake deserve a hologram.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Pusha T, fucking Royce, fucking Rick Ross, fucking, you know what I'm saying, Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Fucking everyone, like, shit, make it a thing. Don't make it a thing for people that's dead. Yeah. Make it a thing for people that's alive. And that's no diss to the people who actually did that, because I thought that was courageous. I thought it was dope. But I also think it's backwards, because I want to show people love while they're alive. This way, it's a celebration when they're gone.
Right, yeah.
Because we was already, it's a continued celebration. Yeah. Guess what? We was already celebrating your monkey ass while you was here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Let's do some drops.